The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
BoxingVoice.com. You seen what he did on Facebook, right? I run New York. Listen, I'm gonna make a motherfucking emoji.
Melody Beyonce Productions.
I run New York. BoxingVoice.com. All the guys want. I want what Mayweather got. I want what Mayweather got. You done bust your ass like Mayweather.
I was born to fight.
My life has always been a fight. I sacrificed a lot to get to where I got to. You don't think you're being overly critical to a guy that took a body shot and didn't go down?
There's no pressure. That's just my style. My style is to dominate. I want to get the guy. I want to stop the guy. You know, my motto is man down.
BoxingVoice.com.
Why you mad?
I'm not saying the man can't take body shots. Wait for motherfucking March. We're gonna take this shit to the limit. BoxingVoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio, July 30th, the fourth live show of the day. And it's a jam-packed 3-hour plus doozy with some great topics on the docket. First and foremost, Danny Garcia, Earl Spence Jr., unification, mandatory defense for Earl, pay-per-view fight, they've agreed, and it looks like we're talking November. Got a lot of boxing to talk about, man. We got Floyd Mayweather fighters in action, Leo something, right? I don't know, because everybody knew Fulton, but now we find out that Leo character who's still on the card is an undefeated Mayweather fighter. Then we got to talk about the disrespect. For me, bittersweet. You know, I'm like, damn, I told y'all Tio wasn't happy. And at the same time, like I said, bittersweet because it's like, damn, this fight that we wanted, this fight that I want for him isn't finalized when all of you guys believe the bull crap. Then, of course, we got Eggington versus Ted Cheeseman in the MSG Matchroom Garden. That's right. Eddie got backyard back in the UK in his backyard garden. So, yeah, this is what we're going to be talking about. Those are the four main topics. We got some other stuff lined up. But what it do, Mitty, do me. Hello.
And
Yo.
Mario.
Oh,
And Mario.
he made it. He
Hit him with the
made
point.
it.
Forget about me, man.
He made it.
Nah.
Mario
Yo.
Ski, Fuego Ski, what up?
Chillin'. What's up with y'all, man? This is the fourth episode today.
Word. And you talking
Yeah,
about
man.
breakfast cards.
The breakfast card, but like, Ness said it best, man. I'm really excited about this weekend because for me, boxing is really back from this weekend, right? So, and Ness just said it like that, we're going to have a card at the new MSG, like the Matchroom Square Garden, in a real garden, like soon to be a mythical venue, right? Like, so, oh, come on, man. Like, the excitement for me is real because that's what sets, like, to me anyway, that's what sets Matchroom apart from the rest, right? So they managed to create excitement and they managed to innovate in situations where, the excitement is difficult to create, right? So we're in that COVID situation. Instead of giving you what we've seen before in a studio and just like, kind of lessen the production level, they decided just now to go even harder and create something that is like, very different. And whilst we're not going to get like the biggest fights ever, we're still going to get like great quality of production. So that's what I'm excited about. And the matchup on bad either. So
let me ask you
go.
guys something small on that Matchroom since we're not, going down the order. Do you think he saved money? Because the rumor is he spent $5 million to do that. Wouldn't it have been better to just go to a location the way all the other fighters are doing and collect a site fee that helps you put on a show rather than using all your own money?
Depends, man. I mean, if he's looking forward to like putting up a lot of matchups in that setup, I guess he sees his return will come. But I cut off Coach Midi. Go ahead,
So
champ.
listen, it's only a 4-week camp, right? So that MSG or that Matchroom camp is set up for 4 weekends, and there's nothing beyond that. So I think like he's putting the money to just show the fans that we are in that situation, but we still want to give you entertainment, and we're not going to just cut corners. We're actually just going to up things up and just make sure that, you guys are at least captivated by, the production level. So, and I don't think we should fault him and we should say like, hey, save money. I think he's looking at the long term. He say, I've got the money now. I'm not going to drop the quality, and people hopefully will remember and will keep tuning in. Will know that we were the innovators. In this business, you innovate or you die. And I think he understands that.
I did see something.
That was not meant for anyone. I have no idea what's going on.
I did see something that insinuated he was thinking about annual events in the Garden now, and I mean Matchroom Garden.
I mean, if it's exciting and if there's enough demand, I guess, but like you have to remember that, in his garden, he can't really bring the crowd. So whenever crowd are permitted, I don't see why he would keep that as an annual event. If it's not just like an exhibition or charity show or whatever, why would you lose like gate revenue potentially of 20,000 at least like at the O2 and stuff like that? So
I mean, he has plenty of room there. It's not like he can't get temporary bleacher seating set up in the future.
That is actual, like they used to live there. That's not a Matchroom headquarters, but I from what I understand, he grew up in that house, right?
Yeah,
so it's
but
actually
it's
a back
acreage,
garden.
though.
So what are you talking about? 20,000 people going there?
No.
Like,
Listen to me, champion. The yard, right? He still got acreage. He's got more than 1 acre.
I get that, but then like those venues, like it's not just about like getting the space; it's the logistic of getting there, like parking and all those things. You can't just create like a 20,000 events just because you got like a big space in land there, right? You need to have
$5 million.
I disagree, Mitty. I disagree. See, years ago we had things called drive-ins where people, that's all they did was like open space and one big monitor, and they just drive their car. They park on the grass. So I don't know how many acres he got. I'm actually going to Google how many acres is the big house. And, I think he has more than enough grass to park cars. And look, this is only assuming that somehow this is booming and it's worth it financially to stay there. And I'm only going based off a comment that I seen he make saying that this might be an annual thing.
I think so. I think he might be testing the waters, right? And seeing if it's successful, if people is like some kind of demand, but I don't see him making it like an event with a lot of people, like out of 20,000. And who knows, like I said, I see it being like an annual event in terms of like some kind of exclusive kind of thing, right? So I want to go to the garden. Maybe I'm not going to sell 20,000, but can I sell like 1,000 to very like wealthy people? A bit like what Mayweather did with Tenshin, right? So it wasn't like a massive crowd. I think it was like rumored to be like a private things initially with wealthy investors that wanted to just, be the only ones in attendance, actually ringside, right? So maybe, I don't know. It's all speculation, man. So let's see how it goes.
Yo,
first.
You wildin', champ. 15 acres. You crazy, man? I'd die if I had 15 acres, bro. That is my dream. Bro, he's got more than enough space for everyone. Everyone. He can have valets with the little light up things because there's no street lights in his yard. Bro, easy to do that. Easy. 15 acres? Listen, in New Jersey, right, when we go to the beach, we don't even have real parking lots. It's like sanded lots. They just tell you to come in and they strategically park you in this open field and then charge you. and then
I
charge you.
get it. I get it. I think we're talking about like probably a residential area also. You need to have all kind of like
Oh,
permits.
you're right.
No, like
You're right. You're right.
imagine you can have like so, and you're talking about a boxing events like going to the beach is okay. Like there'll be alcohol and fights in the crowd and all those craziness going back. The neighbors will just go crazy and say, "What are you doing?"
Just saying. 15 acres, you don't really got neighbors. 15 acres, what you do on your grass, and this is wow, this topic is going sideways. But listen,
Yeah, we're going
what you do on
sideways
your
for sure.
grass, because if I do a cookout, you can't come tell me how much liquor I can have in my backyard. I'm just keeping it real. Not in New Jersey. I don't know about it in the UK. But if I want to throw a cookout, the most the police could do is after a certain time is come and say, it's noise pollution. You know, if we're outdoors, they can't complain about capacity. But anyway, whatever. Let's get to the true topic. Danny Garcia will be attempting to be great and face Earl Spence Jr. Everybody wanted the Terrence Crawford fight versus Earl Spence, but Danny is a mandatory, and Danny is a strategic move in my opinion. We know the popularity of Danny Garcia, and this is all in attempts to continue to build the brand that is Earl Spence. But for Danny, he's in a good place because obviously if he wins, all that popularity is bestowed upon him. And he's been in this situation on many occasions. Might I remind you guys, he was 7-1 versus Amir Khan and versus Lucas Matisse on some betting sites 4-1, most 3-1. So no different here with Earl Spence. Can he pull it off where he hasn't already in the Thurman fight and the Porter fight? Could this be his shining moment? What do you guys think about the fact that this fight has already been announced? We're awaiting an official announcement, but which is supposed to be coming August 8th, a full schedule announcement for 2020. But this fight is scheduled for November. Thoughts?
This is official. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we didn't get the Terrence Spence fight, but come on, guys. Danny Garcia versus Earl Spence, two guys that like to trade off and fight in the mid range and the close range. You know, you got Danny with his hooks, his left hooks, and you got Earl with his left hooks to the body. I mean, it's gonna be a great and exciting fight to see. I love it. You know, you mentioned some odds. You know, I'm not much of a odd or gamble guy, you know, but I saw some things on Forbes that said that, you know, the last time the fight was mentioned back in October between Garcia and Spence, it was listed as Garcia being the favorite, minus 600, coming in at 400 plus.
What? Nah, no way. Are you? No way.
Spence, my number one welterweight in the world, was listed. So Spence was the one that was listed as the favorite.
6-1.
Minus 600, right?
That's
with
sounds
Garcia
right.
coming in at plus 400.
Wow, that's crazy.
But after
that's
the terrible looking car crash.
But wait, for context, bro. That means that Danny Garcia, who's been at welterweight longer and actually won a vacant title at welterweight, was a bigger underdog than Mikey Garcia moving up to challenge Earl. Crazy.
Oh, the disparity in numbers is big. What was Mikey's?
Mikey was like 3-1, definitely not 4-1. So 6-1.
But it
is
didn't
just
open
crazy.
up that way,
But
though, right, Ness? It didn't open up that way. That's what happened when the bet started getting closer, though.
It never was 6-2. He was never a 6-1.
No, I know.
dog.
I'm not saying it was 6-1, but I don't think it opened at 3-1.
No, obviously it got closer when people start putting
That's
money.
what I'm saying.
But Mikey,
And this one will too.
Mikey was pretty much a 3-1 for a long time, in my opinion. I think it started 4-1, and he just got closer into the threes, maybe high twos.
Yeah. Well, let me give you the rest of the gist right here. It says, but after looking at the car crash 7 months ago that left Spencer injured, as we all saw, you know, several broken teeth, injured face. Now Spence is negative 260, 5-13, and Garcia's plus 200, 2-1, and that's according to this betting site that they have. But you know, they said that they vary. These odds vary in the UK. UK has Spence as a minus 400 and Garcia as a plus 275, according to one of them.
Spence is a favorite on our side?
Yeah, Spence.
Yeah, I think I would make him the favorite, but like I like the fight like everyone else. I think like if that fight happens in November, it's definitely for this year because of all that happened and the matchup that we couldn't get is probably going to be the best matchup of the year, right? Or one of the most exciting. If the next topic is that we have Teo versus Loma is actually true. That would have been my number one. But now this one is my number one if that happens in November. And it tells me that Danny Garcia is confident. He is really confident in what he can do because I think that a loss to Spence is very damaging. It will tell that Garcia loses against the top guys all the time. I don't think he can really afford to lose. So, it gives you his like mental states.
What does a loss do for him, though? I mean, what do you mean?
What does a loss do for him? Like, I mean, I'm sure
why can't he afford? Yeah.
He's still gonna get fights, but he's gonna drop like even further in that conversation around like the top welterweight, right? He goes in against Thurman,
lost a bunch of times though.
Yeah, but I mean, like, and that's what, you remember what I said about Porter and that triggered people, right? That tells you, like, hey, at the top level, like, you have to get through Porter was at the gate before you go to the next.
So Danny's in danger of being the gatekeeper, according to what you're saying.
He's in danger, man. He's in danger.
Absolutely. He's already in danger of being a gatekeeper. When you got Jaron Ennis, you got Virgil Ortiz calling your name out, you're a gatekeeper. If you don't have a title and they're saying, Virgil's saying I want to fight Thurman, is because he knows if I beat Thurman, a champion will take me seriously. So, after we got educated, gatekeeper is the right, I guess, name.
Title?
Terminology.
I just never, listen, I grew up with that name meaning something, and
totally
I could never get off of that for me personally. Like everybody else, cool, that's fine. But for me, it's just always meant something very specific. But,
I meant no disrespect, right?
No, of course.
The word how it is, right? So,
No, of course. Yeah, listen, so Spence-Garcia is one fight. Porter, the fight with, who's he fighting again? Porter's fighting
Sebastian Formella, IBO champion.
Yes, Formella.
Germany.
Those fights are supposed to be announced next week on the August 8th telecast featuring Jamal James and Thomas Dulorme, along with the Spence-Garcia. So those are all, I think that one's on Fox, regular Fox, or it might be FS1. I don't know. I'm doing a bad job of this. But they are supposed to officially announce the Spence-Garcia and the Porter fight. As well as their full 2020 schedule too. So it'll be good to see what they have in store for us for the rest of the year. Obviously, they can't predict what's going to actually take place. And, not that I'm trying to be negative or anything. It's just, with everything that's been going on lately and the fights that we've lost, and it's just getting hard to live with.
And this is on Fox, right?
This is on Fox.
Yeah, Fox is going to announce theirs. Because Showtime already did their... I'm sorry, Ness, go ahead.
I just said this is on Fox, Big TV.
Big TV.
So we don't know.
Big drama show.
We don't know where it's going to take place, right? Is it a Texas affair or something like that?
No, we don't know yet. I think.
But do you think it's going to be in Texas? Or?
I would hope so. I think that it's been proven already what Spence can do there. I think Danny Garcia offers a very, very big boost in terms of the casual audience. He can bring the numbers too. I don't know if Danny Garcia is the type of fighter that can draw in Texas, but I know that he's the type of fighter that can help a draw in Texas. So I'll put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an exciting fight for sure, right? Like the styles of those two guys means that I see them meeting in the middle. And, it's although Danny Garcia proved to me that, the criticism that he gets as not being a good boxer is not really real. I think he's a good boxer. He grew on me in terms of like his boxing ability. I thought before he's just like a slugger, but I don't think so. I think he can box sooner. So
yeah, he seemed to have it all as an opponent choice. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna get the respect for winning, or if Spence does win, he'd get the respect for that, and also he gets to show off his commercial appeal and what he is from a marketing standpoint. You know what I mean? And that's such a big thing in the sport. So to get the chance to showcase it in a monster fight like this is, it's bigger than Matisse, even though a lot of us remember that fondly and remember what that buildup was like. And I don't know if anything will ever, touch it in terms of anticipation for Danny Garcia's career. But I can tell you that without a doubt, this is much bigger. It feels much bigger. And it feels like Danny's setting the apple here. Usually you would think that about Spence, but in this case, it feels like it's Danny.
What do you mean setting the apple? What do you mean?
Well, I just feel like it's a fight that, he can win. And I didn't think that, when these guys have been match made in the past, to me, I always felt like this is a fight that Spence would just blow him out. And more, I've come to the realization that you can never count Danny out. The one attribute that Danny has that's better than any other fighter I've ever seen, live, is that he has the ability to win. And I know that sounds kind of dumb, but some athletes just have that ability to win, and Danny's one of those guys. So more and more, I feel like I don't want to call it a 50-50 fight yet, but more and more it feels like it's a fight that Danny can win.
Bro, if Danny were to win, oh my God, like that Crawford-Danny fight's become huge. They got the win apiece in the amateurs. They both think they won the second fight. Oh, man, it's crazy. That would be huge. And for Danny, whoa, what a change in perception, right? Because right now they got him Danny Cherry Picker, Danny Ducker, Danny
chillin'.
Danny can't beat no one in the top of the welterweight division. Garcia, that would be crazy for him. That would be crazy.
Listen, he has pop. He has pop, and that's going to be a big part of the fight. That's going to be a big part. Does he land something, and does it count?
But do you think though that he still gets that tag of like cherry picker? I'm sure that some people just go behind the narrative and say him fighting Spence off the car crash. That's what some people will say.
Yo, Mitty, you smart, because I was going to say that. Well, because of the car crash, they might say, oh, he only beat him because of the crash, or he only took the fight because he got in an accident.
Yeah. I feel, and that's the problem. That's the problem that we have to deal with like, when we're assessing fights in boxing, we're never happy. We never can give someone credit. Come again, Ness? I didn't hear you on this.
No. It's, talking to my girl. Handle this dog over here.
All right. Yeah. So I think that's going to be the case. So does he get credit not just for taking the fight, but then for winning it if he eventually wins it, right? So are people going to come out with all the nonsense like, hey, you know what? That was like a diminished like Errol Spence. We didn't know what he could do because he never had like
I think anybody that faces him next is in risk of catching that.
Yeah, anybody. Yeah, but even more so Danny, right?
Danny, if it was Terrence, Danny, or any of the guys that are looking to have that great win, they're gonna get hit with that. Even if Jason Nesbitt, the 196 guy, loses, even if he's put in the same situation, he's gonna look bad.
Yeah, but anyway, I personally think that before the accident, I thought that Spence will win it. After the accident, obviously I haven't seen Spence, but I still think that, and I'm going by, thinking that Spence hasn't changed much, and I still think that he wins it. But let's see. It's an interesting and competitive fight, nevertheless. So that's good.
Two things, real quick. Looks like since the last 3 lives, we got one whole subscriber. Yeah, we went from 115,128 to 115,129, 7 whole hours later. Shout out to you guys.
Record time.
Also real quick, but this is why I wanted the Maurice Lee fight for Earl.
In Jesus' name.
I didn't want anyone to be in the predicament where they're not getting credit for beating the unified champion that was considered a boogeyman. If you would have gave Earl or Maurice Lee to knock the rust off and show us, he didn't need this. He murdered Lee. He should have never been in there with Lee. He's 100%. But if he went rounds with Lee, if Lee had success, then we're like, damn, maybe that accident took something out of him.
In Jesus' name.
Listen, maybe we don't need it, right? Maybe he just murders like Danny in 2 rounds, and then we say, oh, damn, right? That accident never did anything to him, right? Again, unlikely to happen, but yeah, man. So
Listen, and vice versa.
You
Go
lucky
ahead,
I ain't find my
Nah,
say
he's
what
jumping
beat.
into the deep end, so let him be. He feels like he's ready. I doubt that Derek would put his fighter's life on the line, knowing that he wasn't all good. And
Absolutely,
you know what I'm saying?
I agree
like,
with
come
that.
on, champ. He got people that care about him around him.
But the
Listen,
same
and
goes
vice
for Danny,
versa.
right? Because they seen that Porter fight. They seen what we all seen. Like, we all thought Earl was going to walk through Porter. The betting lines, the hardcores, the experts. And he went 12 with Porter. And then after that is when Danny was like, hold up. He didn't wait. He ran in the ring. He had a lot to say after that fight, not before that fight.
Well, I don't know if that's that. Again, that comes back to the argument is that, whose fault was that? Was that our fault for believing that Spence, was this, different machine? No, because he can still be that guy fighting another machine in Porter. Like, this is what happens when the best fight the best.
Hey, don't
We
steal
get
that line
close
from
fights.
Canelo.
Huh?
Canelo said that to the haters. He's like, yo, I got tight fights because I fought the best. The guys you want me to fight, the guys you saying I'm ducking, they ain't fight the best. That's why they look like that.
And that's what the point is. If Spence was in the ring with somebody else that night that wasn't on his level, he would have looked the guy that we all, he would have looked like any, a great. And the fact is that he fought a great. So when you fight those greats, these are the type of fights they produce. And the same thing with Danny. He's a great fighter, and it's going to be a tough fight. But ultimately, I do agree with you, though, Ness, because ultimately, if he would have gotten that Maurice Lee type of fight or anything, even if he did look bad or even if he did go the distance, maybe it was that big, light fight that he needed to shake off the cobwebs. Maybe that's what he needed before going into a Danny Garcia. Now, it looks like we're never going to know. He's going to just go straight into the deep end, like Dumi said.
Listen, like Porter is also a different type of fighter to Danny, right? So, the type of pressure he brings is not the type of pressure that Danny brings to the fight. So we can't really judge Spence's performance like that and just kind of compare it straight away with how Danny would fight, right? Fighting with Porter, everyone says the same thing. Fighting with Porter means that you have to go through fire because Porter will not give you a win for free. Porter will not give you a minute to breathe. Free. Yeah, he'll give you nothing for free. He goes in there, and what he lacks in, let's say, traditional, conventional boxing skills, he brings in terms of intensity. You know what I mean?
There's only one guy on this panel that took a right hand from Porter, and that's me.
Yeah. So how is it? He didn't even drop you, man. Has he got real power, man? Come on.
Nah. Ness was on the canvas.
I took a dive because I wanted the relationship to flourish, so I went down.
Yeah.
he did it to look out for Porter, guys. Really.
Yeah, I wanted to build his knockout power.
Trying to make him look good.
He said, "Let me dive and hit the canvas, so I don't have to hurt Porter."
So listen, between you and Dumi here, obviously Mario, you've been with Jerry Belmonte's former fighter a lot. He's training you now. Maybe you can add some insight. But what do you think about this style? Obviously, Danny is the counterpuncher. People like to call him flat-footed. Like Mitty mentioned, he's not gonna bring that type of pressure, so to speak, that Porter was bringing. And if he does, it'll be a lot more controlled. Maybe he'll walk Earl down high guard, but letting one or two shots out, not as, willing as Porter.
So the way I see it, right, it definitely not going to bring that pressure, but it doesn't mean that it will be on the back foot. I think that will be a battle for the center of the ring, like some people claiming the center of the ring. So you won't see them on their toe moving around too much. You'll see them standing in front of each other, feinting a lot, especially Danny, right? Because Danny wants, Spence to engage to catch him on the counter. And that's what will be, I think, his strategy, trying to counter Spence, use his timing. We've seen that, he has good timing. And boxing skills, being a good boxer doesn't always mean you have to be on your toes and moving around, right? If being on his toes and moving around is not his game, he has other aspect to the game that, he can use the skills, which is like the timing, the counter punching, like feinting and just letting the other guys engage. And then boom, coming up with your own counter. So that's going to be what I call like a chess match. I think a chess match with a different type of intensity, with none of them running away from each other. So, I don't know if Dumi, you want to see, give us your analysis.
You said it's wartime. You know what I mean? And I have somewhat the same sentiments. Look, man, you mentioned the countering, and that's what I was going with. As far as Danny, going head to head and staying in the pockets, yeah, maybe we're going to get pockets of that throughout the fight. But for the most part, I do see Danny Garcia trying to keep the fight in the mid-range where he could hit Errol Spence with a counter coming in, either with the left hook or a right hand. So it's going to be a matter of what kind of changes really Errol Spence is going to make in that ring. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that he's the tough forward fighter, high-paced guy. He's in your face all the time. You see how he walks guys from corner to corner. He's in their face. So dominating the center of the ring, you're right. And for the most part, I think that Earl will probably win that war in the center of the ring. And I see Danny Garcia in the later rounds working more on that mid-range and trying to land counters. Now, obviously, he's going to have to drag him to a war in the first few rounds to kind of get Errol Spence the confidence, to fall into these counters. And that's just my take on it.
Yo, and listen, y'all said those are perfect things. I agree with y'all's sentiments. I'll add a few more for context. Garcia's power needs to be an equalizer in that fight. It has to be. If Spence is able to walk down punches, it's not going to be a good night for Danny. That's one thing that has to happen. Spence needs to use his athleticism. That's the one thing I would say that has not developed as much with Spence. He is both a really great athlete and a solid boxer. At some point, he needs to be a great athlete that can box, and I think that's going to happen more and more as he continues his career. He has to make the punches count. At the end of the day, he's got to make him feel pressure. He's got to make him feel he can't allow him to just sit and pick. It just can't happen. And ultimately he has to use his size. This is what he needs to do most of all. He needs to take what he got out of the Porter fight and use it to his advantage. He really needs to take some of those lessons. He needs to watch the fight, needs to see how it went down, see how he got roughed up. And that's what Spence needs to do. Lean on him, control him, tire him out, weaken him down. It needs to be a grind at the end of the day. Now, one problem with that is, will Spence be able to do that, based on what we know about the accident and how much time it's taken him to heal up from it? We're going to have to see where that cardio's at. But ultimately, I think that would be a winning strategy.
Yo, like one thing that you mentioned about like Danny's power, and again, for me, I don't see him as like a powerful puncher. I see him as a very accurate and the timing, of the punches. That's what puts people to sleep. Not necessarily like, the one punch where they see it, they're ready for it. He just catches them at the right time and times them right. So that's what I think. If he does that to anybody, not just Spence, like anybody, you don't see the punches coming, that's when you go down. And so I think that's, really how he needs to deal with Spence. And that's what he's done with almost everyone anyway. That's Danny's strategy, right? Just trying to time them, counter them, and then just put them to sleep, basically.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, but the equalizer, it makes sense. I don't know if my interpretation is any different, but equalizer meaning like he's gonna have to gain Errol Spence's respect sometime 100. In that fight. Absolutely, that's the only way he's gonna be able to slow him down, whether he's using power or movement.
Yes.
Keep him moving. Somehow he's gonna have to neutralize that pressure at one point. I agree.
It seems like we're all going for Spence, right? But just trying to give like the strategy on how Danny needs to win. Right? I
was trying to put some mustard on Danny's sandwich right now.
I also think like body punching could be like an option for him. Like, so again, I don't know that much.
Who had the most success with Earl right now, Coach Mitty? It was Porter, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think.
All right, let's use the Porter formula a little bit. I mean, can Danny fight anything like that?
I mean, like, hey,
hammer for hammer.
Let me tell you, it was Porter, but it was also Brook. Like in the first 6 rounds, right? Like Brook eventually got finished, right? But in the first 6 rounds, he confused the hell out of out of Spence. The problem is, this is not Danny's style. Giving different angles, being on the toes and moving like that. This is not like, so I don't think he can do that. But apart from that, yeah, definitely Porter gave like Spence a rough time. you know.
Agreed.
You guys think we're gonna see Danny get on his toes? Not on his toes, but be more of a boxer and counterpunch on the back foot, you know? Taking small steps backwards and then shooting that left hook or that right hand, but not necessarily coming forward.
Maybe, but I doubt it. I just don't think that it's his game, right? So I don't think that's where it's the most comfortable. And if that becomes a game where they both try to use their leg a lot and movement, and then I believe like definitely become like Spence fights all round. Like Mario said, it's like he's the more athletic of the two, I believe, right? So
Yeah, no, I agree 100% with you on that, and I'll even add that the only way that Danny steps outside of himself in a fight like with Spence is if something dramatic happens. You know what I mean? I'm talking a dramatic shift in the fight, like a crazy knockdown, or you know what I mean, or Spence gassing like crazily, like something dramatic has to happen for him to come outside of himself. I don't see that.
Shit. Well, you know, moving forward, I think we should talk a little bit more, I guess, about the undercard.
Definitely.
And the
Jamal James versus Thomas Dulorme. I want to give them the same credit that I gave
Wait, that's on the next week's card.
Oh.
August 8th.
Oh, you said the announcement would be on that. Okay, so you confused.
Yeah, the announcement's those are two separate stories. I just wanted them combined. It's Fox is going to announce the full 2020 schedule on the August 8th telecast, featuring Jamal James against Thomas Dulorme in a 12-round bout for the vacant WBA interim welterweight title.
I just want to be clear.
That's next Saturday.
I just want to be clear because I feel like Mitty thought I meant on the toes. Like, I mean, he's going to be there, right? So now Earl will walk to him, and maybe he'll take one, maybe two steps back. Not on the toes, not hopping, just kind of draw Earl in so that he can counter. You know what I mean?
I get you.
And then,
that's what he does.
And then pivot out. And then pivot out.
That's what I meant by battle for the center, and then
that's
just
what
like
he does.
feinting for you to engage, but not necessarily. You both like stood there in the middle, looking at each other and feinting, and then taking that step back, crack you. You know,
Tyson Fury style, herky jerk.
Yeah.
Damn, Cito. What's up? Cito Ramos. It's been a minute. Yo, but he said he wasn't impressed with the last two Danny fights. What the hell? He knocked out Red Catch and knocked out Granados, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think he's saying like those two, they were supposed to get knocked out, and maybe before the knockout.
Oh, he didn't knock out Red Catch. He didn't knock out Red Catch.
Yeah, but then it's not like a performance that you say, wow, it was like fully dominant. Like, let's say the Virgil Ortiz, for example, performance. You'll remember it, and you remember it as like an almost flawless performance, right? And you say, that was the real deal.
Wait, yo, you wildin'. Danny was flawless versus Red Catch, 117, 111, and he dropped him. Remember with that right, he almost murdered him.
Except from remembering.
You wanted a KO.
Like, no, just that. Just go back to the fight and just say not only flawless, like in a sense that you don't get touched and everything, but flawless that you also make a mark and an impression on everyone. Like, ask me to remember that fight vividly, and I can't tell you that I remember it. And I'm like, that was Danny, the best Danny that I've seen, right? You know what I mean? Whereas like the Virgil Ortiz, for example, maybe it's fresher in my mind, but I can tell you, wow, I'm excited. I want to see him again tomorrow. That was the best Virgil I've ever seen, for example. Right? So that's what I'm saying.
Now, I mean, look, man, you got some fights that sear in your head, knockouts and performances that are, and then you got other ones that you don't really remember because there wasn't that type of action-packed moments or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But when he fought Ivan Redkach, there was some nice moments, man, that you could see him really dig into the body, really hurting Ivan Redkach. And I don't think that we're giving him enough credit because of maybe how we're perceiving Ivan Redkach. But Ivan Redkach, he's a tough dude. Yeah, we just seen him in sparring with Gervonta and all that shit. But at the end of the day, he's a tough dude, and he shows up to fight. And Danny didn't seem flustered when he was in the ring with him.
All I'm saying is Danny didn't look as he didn't have a toughest time with Porter as Earl. That's all I'm saying.
He knocked out.
Say that again. He didn't have as tough a time with. Oh, I get you. Okay, I get it.
People thought Danny won the Porter fight. You know what I mean? You got a fraction of people that thought he won the fight. He thinks he won the fight. So, we'll see.
But
I
they
think
lost though, right? So like it's kind of like weird to say that because one won against the dude and the other one lost. But I get what you're saying. It was like it was a fight where Spence decided to fight fire with fire, right? And just say, or couldn't. And I don't know if he decided or couldn't just like
Holy
deal with
shit.
the pressure, right? So so
Cito Ramos with the super chat for real. Shout out to you. $100 from Cito says, I miss y'all. I miss you guys. Love the new team. UK hosts. I'm loving it. Keep up the work, guys. Fist emoji, glove emoji. Hashtag TBV for life. You the champ.
Bro, we send you good vibes, champ.
Cito, I appreciate, man. I appreciate.
Yeah.
Let's go, champ.
That's awesome. Shout out to you.
But-
Made this show
but yeah,
better already. I'm in a good mood.
Yeah, man. I gotta get a new chair, guys. My chair's killing my
Yo,
back.
like you forgot about the one person that signed up like already. But don't worry, there'll be more. There'll be more. Don't worry about it.
Actually, speaking of signing up, I do want to give out some shout outs. The Patreon is moving. We've got one new sign up. Let's see who it is.
Let's go, champ.
Well, it looks like Steven has upgraded, so shout out to Steven. And then 40 Thief. Okay. And bye to Aaron. He deleted, but we got Thief and Steven to upgrade. So shout out to those guys. Let me go ahead and ring the bell. It's not really a bell. It's more like a horn. That's
that
the
air horn.
That's the
Air
new
horn, yeah.
sign
Y'all
up
ever
horn.
watch Superstore?
What is that?
Superstore. What's that?
Nobody? NBC? No, it's funny. It's with Amira Ferrara. I think is how you say her name.
What? They just buy stuff in the store?
Yeah, it's kind of like The Office. It's funny.
Oh,
but
okay.
anyway,
I thought it was like a
we can move
reality
on.
show.
No.
Sitcom.
But yeah, man, if you want, we can move on to the Showtime fights this weekend. Tramaine Williams, who's stepping in for the injured Stephon Fulton.
Injured? Let's clarify that.
Steve Fulton, yeah.
Oh,
we
he's
need to be
injured.
clear because there might get
No, I said
clip
injured. He
and then put out
tested.
there.
He tested positive for COVID, is what happened. I said injured.
Yo, so,
that
1 second.
was a joke. That was a little slide to
What happened there? Like, I thought we broke the news that he did. Then someone said that he didn't. What happened to him? Like, he has it now.
Yeah, he got it. He got it.
He
So
had
that was
it.
real.
And
That was
It was
Williams,
real.
Yeah, it was real.
That was good inside info.
Yeah, here's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really say it. Listen, here's the thing. The bottom line is the person that reported it was right, and how that information was gotten is, neither here or there. But it's unfortunate because Fulton and Leo was going to shape out to be a really great fight. So many fight fans were just excited for it, but I am absolutely thrilled that they're salvaging the card, and not just the card, but the main event. Tramaine Williams is somebody who I'm not as familiar with, but I know is a solid fighter. He was already on the card, so he's in shape. This isn't like, yes, it's a late minute replacement type of situation, but this isn't like a guy getting pulled off the couch situation or anything like that. This is going to be a really great fight. It is for the vacant WBO junior featherweight title, which is the one that Shakur gave up in his move up, from the division. And so Fulton, who is at number 1, and Leo, who's at number 2 in the WBO rankings, we're supposed to fight for it, but now Tramaine Williams is getting that shot. So I assume that at some point the winner is going to have to step up and fight Fulton. Fulton, who did test positive for COVID, him and his coach, if I'm not mistaken, both tested positive. And yeah, guys, thoughts on the card for Saturday? Showtime coming back to Connecticut.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say.
Very quickly.
This is what I wanted to say. This is why I like cutting
go for
people off, because I almost forgot
go for it.
completely. Yo, so Tramaine Williams is another Chris Colbert story. Yo, I'm getting old, but old and happy.
And wise.
No, old and happy. I'm telling this story with a smile. I was in Connecticut one time, and bro, this kid comes sitting next to me, and he knows the boxing voice. And he's like, yo, you the boxing voice, right? I know your voice. And I'm like, yeah. I guess he don't sound like that because he went to jail, Tramaine. Google him. Let me make sure. He went to jail. and
Hey,
he got
was
out.
I with you that day?
I think so, and he got out.
I think so, champ.
And he
yeah.
sat down next to the water fountain. I had all our
Yes,
equipment.
sir.
And he's like, yo, I'm Tramaine Williams, bro. You gonna know me, man. I'm like, so why I don't know you, bro? Like, I'm a hardcore. I know everybody, you know? He's like, bro, you should know me. And I obviously started paying attention since many, many years ago. He's a Chris Colbert-like style boxer. His last fight, Mario's forgetting, was on the Mikey Garcia-Jesse Vargas undercard.
Yes, it was. You're right.
He fought outside of himself but got the win. But he fought outside of himself. That's not how he fought. He fought for TV, and I freaking hate it. 5-6 years ago, I used to see HBO kind of insinuate that they wanted their fighters to do that, and I didn't care. I was, like, that's what I wanted. I wanted action as well. But when you start, I don't know, man. I'm just at a point where, like, if you're good, why are you being hit, man? Like, don't get hit for TV, bro. Follow Floyd's blueprint. He didn't care what people said. He used that against them to make them buy pay-per-views. So I say all that to say that he's good, Tramaine. He can box. Anyone who thinks he's not good because of the last fight is wrong. He's really good, and he's come up the hard way. Small promoters, went to prison, came out, got himself ranked. He's good, and he might win. I don't know Leo. I don't know.
I don't remember him being on that Dallas card, to be honest.
I don't remember. I remember.
I don't think he was on.
Check his last fight.
Live. Yeah.
Check his last fight.
Actually, we watched it all together live.
Okay,
so
well,
I don't know if it was.
Let me see. I'm gonna Google it. I'll Google it.
Yo, I don't know if it was televised because I don't really remember the fights. But again,
look,
you
I hate to
probably
interrupt you
remember it.
again. Remember, guys,
Yeah,
you
go
both
for
were in the living room, and I was like, "Oh snap, he fighting a dude Ryan Garcia knocked out." But I confused this Dominican with another Dominican. Remember, Tramaine fought a Dominican, Vicente. Remember? Y'all don't remember still?
Yes, he did fight Vicente. Yes,
Yenifel with the braids, and I told y'all he was good.
All right, I got you. Yeah, he fought NFL Vicente, but they fought in College Park Center in Arlington. Oh, you were right. Oh, no, that was in 2019.
Bro.
No, listen, but that was 2000 and...
Yeah, that was 2019.
No, 2020 we were in Boulder.
I know, but I'm saying this last fight was in 2019 for him. It was on the Jose Ramirez Maurice Hooker undercard.
Damn, I thought
that
we
was
together.
last.
Listen, I don't remember seeing the guy.
I remember the fight. I didn't think it was that long ago. Jesus.
Maybe like you definitely.
Yeah, it was July. It was already a year ago.
But let me tell you, like I don't know much about that card, right? The card that we talking about, and that's why I want to listen. And those stories that you bring up, like Ness, that's what makes me want to follow guys like that. So I'm gonna sit back and soak up the knowledge from you guys on that Fox card, right? So and see what we get out of those guys. So Tramaine Williams is a guy to watch out for, right?
Definitely. This is he's the favorite. In the betting odds, he's the favorite. Like, Leo gotta be mad because, I guess he's not mad because I bet Fulton was the favorite too. But Leo's an undefeated Mayweather promoted fighter. Mayweather stopped in his camp like 24 hours ago. He's training at the Mayweather gym. I don't know much about Leo other than that. I'm going to just be honest with y'all. We going to all have to, see what it is with him. From here because I don't know, but Tramaine
so
is
he's
the
going
favorite.
in as a B side,
Nah, he's going in as the A side because he's the promoted fighter.
Yeah, but so why did he go like as the underdog like in both fights? So the original
because
fights
because Fulton is skilled and Tramaine is skilled. It's just
so you're
it's
saying
just his
like
promoter.
Either his promoter believes in him and believes that he gets the win against those two against the odds, or his promoter is saying like, man, I can't get you over like fights.
That's his promoter's Mayweather, Mitty. His promoter's Mayweather. When could Mayweather get you a fight? And secondly, Fulton
not get you. Listen up, like not I can't get you a fight, but it's probably saying that it's time for us to find out what you're really about, right? And I'm gonna put you in there with someone that's gonna show if you're that dude. So that's time. That's what
I think it was a sink or swim fight because it's a title on the line. So it doesn't matter if you're not the favorite versus Fulton. It doesn't matter if you're not the favorite versus Tramaine. I'm your promoter. My job is to get you a title shot. It ain't supposed to be easy. That being said, Fulton, Showtime is invested in Fulton. Heyman is with Fulton. You understand? So I don't think Leo was supposed to win. If he does, that's his job, you know? Tramaine is stepping up. He got the opportunity to, you know, do something here. And I think that he does. Just off box rack, let me see who this dude
Listen, they call him the Mighty Midget. Tramaine Williams, that's his nickname. He is from, where's he from? I think he's from.
While you guess that, I'm gonna say, damn, if Leo don't
from Connecticut, man. That's where we met him.
Leo got some experience. Yep. Leo got some experience though. Like no names stick out, but damn, he's been fighting some dudes with a lot of fights on their resume.
Listen,
you know?
He's got really sneaky power too. I wouldn't even say it's power. He has the ability to overwhelm his opponent, you know, and put them down. Like the 9 KOs to the 19 wins is a little more deceptive. I think he has a little more snap than that. But listen, he's a good fighter. He is. It's going to be a fun fight.
He got a unanimous decision win against Eric Ruiz, common opponent with a lot of guys I know, like Diego De La Hoya, Rico Ramos, Alexis Santiago. You know, there's a few names there. Jesse Magdaleno. So that's a decent win. But yeah, that's all, man. You know, that is really all. This is 122 pounds as well. So, damn, I'm really picking Tramaine by upset, bro. Tramaine looks so big.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Tramaine as well.
Holy smokes.
I'm going to pick Tramaine as well. I feel like he's coming in a good situation.
Bro, they both can't punch,
and Leo is limited from an athletic standpoint, from a boxing standpoint. There's like a lot of things that he does okay or average from what I've seen. And he has several fights on YouTube, by the way. So if you want to go check them out before Saturday.
Neither one could punch. And honestly, this is each other's biggest fight. This is each other's
of course.
Look, Tramaine fought Christopher Martin, so that's a better name than anything on Leo's resume. And that's the cop, right? The former police. That is him.
Listen, it's going to be a good fight. I feel like it's.
I think it is going to be a good fight. A very good fight.
I feel like it's going to be. You know, like maneuvering. You know what I mean? They're gonna have to outmaneuver the loser.
Look, what I see Chinito doing is from what I've seen so far, right? And the small little bit of time that I've seen right now, I see him as a fighter that knows how to pick his battles in the pocket. So he's not gonna be probably brawling as much as you might expect from a Mexican style. You're going to see a little bit of defensive boxing and different styles, not just the Mexican traditional fight forward style. And he might not pack a super punch. I mean, you're in that weight division, right? But he can crack. And he can put you down.
He absolutely
put Caesar
can.
down. He put Cesar Juarez down pretty good. He timed them. Let's go, champ.
We got 3 super chat. Oh, actually more. All right, we'll start. We got Tacito. We're going to Mr. 704. So shout out to the chat panel and the newest hashtag Sniper Gang member, Trey from the Bay. We got Rod in the 870 who says Paulie racist ass got fired is good day. Bro, that's part of our topic, so we'll save it for that because we actually have it on the docket. So shout out to you, Rod. And Mr. CYP says franchise champion CYP Idris with the AJ duck emoji with the money tongue.
Champ, and they got the other ones, right? Did you get the?
No, there's still more popping up.
Mr. 704. Shout out to the chat. Oh, you read that?
I did that.
Okay.
We up to date. We up to date. I got to everything.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right, so
yeah, man. What's on the undercard of this? Is it worth watching the whole card?
Well, you know me, I'm going to watch every card no matter what. But Marcus Bates, who I had just pulled up, is fighting for a WBO junior featherweight title eliminator. Wait, What are you looking at me like that for?
I'm just thinking Marcus Bates. Who the hell is Marcus Bates?
He's just thinking who Bates is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were like... I thought I was like...
I know Aleem. Aleem, if you know, he's...
Yeah,
he's what's the name's brother?
He's from the DC area.
Yeah, that's Emmanuel Aleem's brother, the one that that he knocked out he knocked out Even Heatroff, and then Hugo Centennial knocked him out. Y'all don't remember him now?
Oh, Hugo Centennial knocked him
Aleem
out.
with the braids.
Yep.
So
So this is bro.
Well,
This
got,
is
like,
his brother.
cornbread, isn't it?
Yeah,
No?
cornbraids to the
Yeah.
back. Cornbraids to the
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
his brother. That here.
So Marcus Bates is 11-1.
Yeah, he's
and
from the
1.
DC area.
He is from the DC area, and he's
I wonder he
26
trained
years
at
old.
Barry's.
You know, and there aren't like a lot of notable names on his
Lot of 22
resume. Although he
pounders,
did
man.
fight Aleem before.
Yo,
This is a rematch.
Yo, you see?
Oh.
Do you guys, are you noticing though the theme? All these are 422 pounders that we're talking about. Again, top PBC invested in Fulton. You know, they got Rigo old ass back. You know what I mean? Like, I love Rigo. I just talked to his peoples, man. They're gonna try and hook us up with with an interview.
Shout out to Pedro.
We may get Philip Hergovich, but he's in, you know.
Oh, that would be awesome.
He's in Croatia. And who else?
What time is it over there?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm thinking England time.
Yeah, it's around England time. Maybe even like 2 hours like before
Later?
us. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yo,
wow.
those dudes they must be well off in the bank, right? Like, just think about it. Like, all those foreign fighters went back home. I would have thought about it. Like, do I really go back home and can't work? I'm already in America. I might as well stay here. My career is boxing. This is where my trainer's at. I didn't understand all those fighters leaving. Now they stuck. They can't get back.
Yeah, it depends, right? It depends. Like, there are some fighters that have arrangement with their managers, some fighters that are comfortable enough, and some fighters that decided, let me stay in America because that's my market. Some fighters that say, let me go back home because that's my market too. Like, I can get fights in France, for example, Tony Yoka, for example. He trains in the US, but he's fighting in France, right? So he might as well go to France, so.
Bro, we needed you for that show today, man, because,
you had him on the interview?
Yeah, but we said Viva la France this morning.
But we were talking about him versus Duhapa.
Yo, and just so y'all know, the Joe George and Marcus Escudero fight, which is on the front, is a rematch as well. In light heavyweight.
You know who you picking? You know who you picking? Oh man, this is why we need a betting show. I hate that I don't live in the UK, only for this one reason, or at least Vegas, because I could give you betting odds. I would have great betting odds. You just couldn't do what I can do because you are in your own state and won't be able to have the same odds that I have. That being said, what's his name? Escovedo gets the win.
Escudero gets the win.
Escovedo,
Why?
Marcos.
Yo, actually,
Marcos.
He lost the first one though, correct?
We have to make our picks, right? So are we making our picks on those fights like right now?
I mean, right now
this
I'm
is the
thinking
first
Tramaine.
card. This is the first card, and I did pick Tramaine, so you can mark it down. And Joe, if you're listening, Mario, I mean, if you're not too busy, I'm definitely not asking you to do anything more than you can. But if you can, write it down, and then we can pass that to Joe, and he can pick up where you left off. Because remember, he does want to do his whole.
Good call.
He's not even on the call, so you might as well forget it. Because then you have to write too much.
Marcus Escudero is
I'm going to do that right now.
Yes, he's Argentinian, and he's trained by guess who? Yo, I'm starting to feel like a guru. I know all this information.
Marcos Maidana's people?
Nah. Guess who?
Uh-oh. Who the hell could it be, Champion Lamp?
Cunningham. That's right.
Get out of here. Kevin Cunningham.
So he's sparring with JT the Champ, which is, what's my man's name, bro? Come on, help me out.
I don't know.
So George did get the split decision win, though.
Yes, he did.
His real name is actually Joseph.
Yeah.
But I think Escovedo gets this win, bro. Guaranteed, bro. It's going down, bro.
Going down, bro? You putting your money on it?
I'm putting my money on it.
Oh,
bro. My money on it.
And real quick, shout out to CYP. Mr. CYP Super Chat says, any UK chatter, feel free to step in or crown me. I said that a little weird at the end, but
looks like the reports come in. The commission has, instated Mr. CYP as the franchise champion right now.
That's not true.
But we're gonna have to, check in with the board and
That's
see
not
what's
true.
going on?
We haven't received any official announcements. We don't even deal with franchise titles. That's corruption. He's from Houston, Texas, fellas. So stand up and support your own. Eric Cruz, Marvin. Who else out there? Ain't he from Philly in Texas now? I might be wrong about that.
But didn't you say Marcus is winning?
Super.
Yeah, but that don't mean that they shouldn't be there.
Oh yeah. I'm just. Oh my bad. I thought you were. Never mind.
I mean, I'm picking Escudero, based off that camp. But I swear, I'm a screen share this picture because this picture is making me want to pick Joseph.
I'm picking George. I'm picking George.
Bruh, this picture alone about to make me pick George. I'm like, damn.
George looking like a monster. This
killer. He's
so
straight killer in this
looking
pic.
like he just got out of bed in college.
Bruh, he looking like a straight killer in this pick. And he got the win, so he going into this like, dog, don't bet against me. I won the first time, but he's 31. But that ain't nothing. Age ain't nothing but a number.
Yeah, I got to see Marcos in action.
But that face,
Yo, listen, I don't care what
meme
anybody says. The main event is good enough to watch the whole thing. The main event's gonna be great.
Yo, they disrespecting Marcos with this box rec pick, bruh.
Yo, Mario, who you picking, Mario? In Tramaine versus
Listen, I'm picking Tramaine. I am. I feel like Leo is. I think the problem is I've seen Leo more, and I think I know what he can't do, if that makes sense. But he's a very talented fighter. Like, he'll throw punches, he'll mix it up from the top to the bottom. He'll do a lot of different things. So he is very talented, and he has got pop. Like, he's not a soft puncher by any means. Like, I feel like he's got more pop than his resume would.
Tramaine is stepping in for Fulton, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So who you picking, Doobie?
I'm getting to that right now, champ.
All right. Cool,
this is it for me. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a matter of how good of a shape was Tramaine Williams staying in before he got this call, right? If the kid was in shape and he's not killing himself in any way to make any weight, and he's decently in shape, then he could make this a fight, and I could see him possibly winning the boxing back and forth chess match. Now, if Angelo can turn it dirty and use his Mexican style with boxing, maybe he could give Tramaine trouble. But I'm gonna lean towards Tramaine Williams right now.
Okay,
and
so everyone's got
and that in a perfect world, right, that he was in shape, I'm gonna know that right from the rip. In the first couple of rounds, I'll see how fast he comes out, and I'll probably change my mind if he's not in good enough shape. But let's just put it this way: if I'm a betting man, I'm going with Angelo Leo just because he was the guy that was scheduled to fight. He had the full camp or whatnot. So I'd go with Angelo if I was a bet.
You wildin', bro.
So
you're not listening.
You're gonna put
don't put that down, Mitty. Don't put that down. He didn't listen.
Yeah, that's it.
He didn't listen.
Bet,
No. It's his headphones. I'm telling you, he didn't listen. Do me. We said already Tramaine was already on the card. He was already fighting. He had a full camp. This is not a dude being called on late notice. He is already.
He was on the co-main event.
He is already a co-main event. Now he's being elevated. Understand?
Yes.
So who was the scheduled opponent?
You got to look the schedule before. I don't remember.
Okay, so the guy that he's not fighting basically got paid off or something, right? In order to step down.
That's what I'm saying. Tramaine was the A side in the other fight, so now they need him in the main event. So whoever.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. I'm just saying that's messed up. What happened to the other guy? But okay.
Yeah, he got money.
He must have got money. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So he's in shape then. Then okay, cool. Solidify minds to Tramaine Williams.
Yo,
that being
man.
said,
how you let yourself influence later?
No, because information is key, man, and I wasn't privy to that information, and that's very important.
Okay.
That's why I
we
said
gotta
I
get
said
this
before
guy.
he even said that. I said if he's in shape. He's in shape, Tramaine Williams.
listen, we need another super chat. This guy needs some headphones. This is getting crazy now. But that being said, from the chat, I never heard of him. I hope you come back. I'm looking for you here. Where is he? There he goes. His name is Double Eyes. He says, Double I. He said, oh, Double I, you from East Orange. Double I hear you, champ. Or you're a gangbanger. Ness, watch the first fight. They robbed the Argentine guy. So again, that just is making me more secure in my second pick, which I am going with the Kevin Cunningham trained, Erickson Lubin sparred. What's my man name from Houston? Dresses really good. He got like a million sneakers. Sparred with the Charlos. Come on, help me out. We just interviewed him. JT the champ. JT the champ. But what's his real name?
Damn it.
Shoot, I'll find it. Well, whatever. Move on. You guys go.
Not whatever. That's gonna
So who
kill
you
me.
picking next? Like, tell me.
Tramaine, and then I'm picking Marcos.
Marcos, how about Aleem and Betts? You going for Aleem?
Oh, I'm going for the brother. Yeah, I'm going for Aleem based off pedigree. I ain't got nothing else. This guy's name is Justin Deloach. So he's sparring Justin Deloach, who also got a fight, but he's being pretty greedy with the name.
Let's do that. Mario, just give me who you going for Aleem and George versus Escuderos. Like,
yeah,
Bates
I'm gonna go
Aleem?
with Joe George on that one.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna go with Joe George.
Double lie said that it was a robbery, bruh. And Cunningham is the PBC trainer.
I mean, tell me what the money is. Tell me what the money is.
Bro,
now, I'm not saying.
I'll say this. It was, because we don't know double lie. We don't know if he's lying. It was each other's first step up.
Yeah.
It was their first undefeated fighter.
Definitely.
Okay, so you're going for George, and in the other one, are you going for Betts or Aleem?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for Bates in that one. I mean, I had said earlier, like, I didn't really know who he was, but he's being set up as the as the guy in that one.
Do me like the other two, Betts and Aleem, or and George versus Escuderos. Who are you going for on those ones?
Well, no. George. You mean Joe George?
Joe George versus Escuderos and Bates versus Aleem. Those are the two fights I need you to pick for.
All right, I'll go with Marcus on this one against Aleem.
Okay.
What's
and,
Canelo's
like I said, I know very little about them.
Canelo's date is the 12th, right, guys? I hate to interrupt with some crazy.
No, it's all good.
12.
What'd you say? And then the other one, you said Joe George versus Marcos Escudero. I literally don't know too much about Joe George. You know what I'm saying? But he
coin or something.
I mean, I'm gonna go with Escudero on this one just because I know I know Kevin Cunningham. Not even for the culture, it's the trainer. I know who the trainer is. Joseph George has a mean look about him, but we all know that don't matter. I would like to know more about him, so I guess I'll look into him. But he has a 10-0 record, man, so he must be doing things right. And I'm just gonna have to go with the other guy for this one, just because of the information that I got.
Cool.
I'm saying, tell me that I was gonna go with Bates. I meant to say Aleem because he's the one that was still in the fight with Williams. He was the one that was supposed to fight Williams. So that's what I was trying.
So you're changing your pick to Aleem.
Wow. Tramaine was supposed to fight Williams?
Already on the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's who I assume is going to win anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aleem's the one who was supposed. That's what I was trying to say earlier. That Aleem's the one that was supposed to fight Williams.
We got a super chat from Trey in the Beta says he would need 256 losses to get called in last minute. Shout out to 704 and Intrigue. We got Mo Reese with a super chat says Tramaine the next world champ since Bad Chad Dawson from New Haven, Connecticut. 203, stand up. Peace, TBV. I told y'all. Yo, the older I get, I'm going to be even better. Word up. I mean, CYP still going to be saying I suck, but I'll be better as I get older.
All right. So listen, like on my side, like just based on what you guys are saying, I'm just picking Tramaine, I'm picking Aleem, and I'm picking Escuderos. To be very honest, I do not know much about those guys. So if there's an upset, then I'm asking for a refund for you guys, man.
Listen, but the good thing is that today we get to kind of do like seesaw, right? Like today, right now we're helping you with this American card, but we're gonna be talking about the backyard in a few seconds. Where I don't know, I only know Egginson and Cheeseman.
Oh, before we get to that next one,
Yeah, go for it.
We go for the Mr. CYP on the super chat. Says, Ness, I'm greater than you, so my title don't need your approval. You don't show, you lose by default. We know you mad. UK looking whack. All hail King CYP.
Yo, what are we talking about here, man? Like, we're talking about like two different topics, man. You need to chill, CYP, man. Let's talk boxing, man, for now, you know?
CYP's talking, not even boxing bars. He's just
he's
talking rap.
boxing bars, I think.
Nah, he's just talking rap.
Maurice, did we read that one?
Yeah.
We did? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. My bad. Shout out to Maurice. Listen, we can move on to the next topic if y'all ready.
Next topic is...
Mike Coppinger reporting the problems currently going on with Lomachenko-Lopez bout, as Teofimo has apparently been offered $1.2 million for the lightweight title bout with...
Go. I'm so sorry.
Nah, I thought Bang Fung, Thailand was next, but I guess the
that
other
is
one.
next. Shoot, that is next.
Yeah, I forgot. Oh, I skipped it completely.
I thought Mario was just noticing that who the fuck is Bang Lung Thai guy?
Yo, when you said Bang Fung, I'm like, is this a blooper? Is this a TV blooper? Cause get ready, guys. You know, with the new launch we're gonna be having pretty soon, there's gonna be bloopers, and you know, people will be privy to those.
Yo, it's funny because this is a Matchroom YouTube channel card. So shout out to Matchroom for putting on this card all the way from Thailand. In Bang Fung. It's going to be Kit Kat, right? What's his real name? What's Kit Kat?
Yep. It's Sor Rungvisai. I don't know how to say it.
All right. So Rungvisai versus...
Rungvisai.
You know, let's try... Why don't you do it? Why don't you do it, Amity? You probably got the Queen's English. Could you pronounce all these weird names right here? Who is these guys?
So it's Rungvisai versus Ruenroeng.
No, what's his first name, though? But say his first name. Show your skills.
I don't know. Let me check his first name.
Srisaket.
Srisaket Sor Rungvisai. Yo, how's your middle name, Sor?
Srisaket Sor Rungvisai. And let me tell you a thing about like Thailand. Like their surname is not actually their surname. It's the name of the gym that they train at.
No.
So, I'm telling you,
Rungvisai
and Ruenroeng are just the names of two gyms, right? And the gyms that they belong to, like you'll see a lot of fighters. They all Ruenroeng. They say, how the hell is Ruenroeng fighting every week? This is gym is representing, man. You know? So that's
you
what it is.
You sparred in Thailand, right? That footage you sent me, was you sparring in Thailand or was that Philippines?
No, that was the Philippines. So that was the Philippines.
Well, we all know who Wongek is, I guess, if you want to call him that. But, you know, right, so. Kit Kat. Yeah, we'll say it. Kit Kat. Yeah, we all know who he is. He fought Estrada last, okay? Took the L in that fight. He's the guy that had those two incredible fights with Chocolatito. So I'm looking forward to it. He beat
Chocolatito off that pound-for-pound list.
I don't remember that. So I think something else happened that night to my TV. It just didn't work. But yeah, so anyway, I put that on the list. I definitely am going to check it out. But, you know, obviously I know y'all don't want to burn through it. So I'm just going to go to the next one, which is Mike Coppinger talking about Lomachenko-Lopez. Lopez apparently being...
Honestly...
Yo, I can't get through this one.
Honestly, I'm not going to watch that.
Well,
I hope he knocks him out. I hope it's like a highlight on Instagram, but like,
which one? The Thailand card? Like,
yeah,
I mean, you know, he don't watch nothing.
It'll be super late anyway. I think like if it's showing at somewhere around like 8 a.m. in the morning UK time, that's what like 3 or 4 a.m. like East Coast time, right? So yeah. I don't know. You have.
That's why I was wondering if it's Friday morning. Or,
no,
I mean,
Saturday
it's on a YouTube channel.
Friday night, right?
It's on a YouTube. It's on a YouTube channel, so it's gonna be on demand, guys. So no worries.
Yeah,
no, I know.
You can go back to it, like for sure.
No, but I'm gonna definitely watch it.
Yeah.
You know.
Hopefully,
I like Rungvisai, bro. He's mad.
Yeah,
he's so entertaining.
Me too. But he's fighting a can to get back into it that we don't know in his home country. At least if he was fighting a can over here, but he's fighting a can in his own home country. It's like that's far too much research to do. But I hope he gets a knockout.
It's the COVID things that are keeping him out there, man.
I hear you.
He has to stay active.
I hear you. I just hope he gets a knockout and it's a highlight versus a whole 12-round fight.
Now you said
he is fighting a guy who's 40 years old. So,
is he a can?
Yo, what you saying about 40-year-olds?
Or a pie?
He's a 40-year-old.
He's a do-a-pie.
He beat John Casimiro.
Wow.
Casimiro.
Oh, that's the new hot kid right now.
And he beat Shiming Zhu as well. He also beat Williams McRoyo.
What?
So he's got wins on his resume. It's not like a thing where he's just 40 years old.
Damn,
like, what can you say about that?
He beat McRoyo too?
Yeah.
Arroyo the
what
brothers
the
at
freak?
Williams
I'm gonna have to
Johnny,
Google
right?
this guy.
Yeah. And yeah, he beat all those guys. So listen, this is going to be a good fight. Bro. I know it is. It's going to be fun. He brings the fight. That's what you sign up for. You want to see a great fight. This guy will bring a good fight.
Let me tell you, the Thai culture in general, like, they're more into the Thai boxing, but there's something in their culture, like in their fighting culture, is that you have to go forward to win. They don't take backward step, especially in Thai boxing. When you're judging a Thai boxing fight, if you're on a back foot and then jabbing someone all night, you'll get the L. You'll get the L because you
gotta have the car going, hey!
You're not bringing the fight to the guy, right? And that's what they judge it, like aggression and just intention to hurt. So, those two Thai guys, it's gonna be a banger.
It seems. Oh shit! Sorry, it came in real high. It seems like he got those last two losses when he moved up. Obviously, he got knocked out to Casimiro after he beat Casimiro. Man, I wonder if this kid still has some life to him. How many rounds box? 180. He might.
It's not as many. I was gonna say it's not as much as his age would suggest. He's only like 20 and what is he? He's like I think he only has 20 wins.
Let me tell you something. This schedule right here, I might have to watch this.
20
fight.
and 3.
To read that he fought McWilliams Arroyo, and then Zhu Jiming, and then Casimiro, and beat him, and then beat some other dude I don't know. But that's a list right there. That's a schedule right there. So
I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be a good fight.
But those fights were like 7 years ago.
They were.
5 years ago. So
they were.
Wow. So this man's real name is Wasakil Wagnek.
Yeah. I told you.
Yeah. Bro, I went through like 4 Sarunzais.
Yeah.
And I
trust me, that's how it works. Like,
no record.
That's hilarious.
I'm here listening to y'all, and I'm like, damn, I feel slow as hell right now. Where is this guy?
Like, the gym I train at, like they have like a big like Thai boxing section, right? And
you were not lying.
I learned all those things about the culture in Thailand and all that. So so it's crazy.
It is.
Let me just tell you, there's nothing like original. OG Kush. I always call it original, but I just feel like that's what it stands for. But there's nothing like that, man. It's just so flavorful.
It's like.
But moving on to Mike Coppinger reporting problems with Lomachenko and Teofimo, something that we've been saying over here. I told y'all not only did Loma have an issue on his YouTube channel, but Teo's father and Teo had issues, and now it's coming full circle. And I'm glad that it's out in the light because this is damn right disrespectful. 1.2 million for a unification? Bro,
I gotta look after my investment.
He needs to drop that belt and sit out because everyone on this show and everyone that tunes into this show knows that he will get paid way more on any other promoter. Any other promoter. This is crazy. I can't believe Top Rank allowed this information to come out. Because that kid is easily a star with anyone. If Eddie picks him up, star. PBC, star. And PBC got fights for him because you could do Tank.
Golden Boy, star.
So many. I guess maybe because he got Haney. He got Haney.
No, you're right.
No, you're right. You're right. He got Haney over there. He got Campbell over there. He got Linares over there. He got Ryan Garcia over there. So, 1.2 million? Man, they wildin'. Let me just give y'all perspective because y'all like, yo, Ness, you're going way too hard. What you mean? It's first time stepping up. And first of all, let's be real. How is it that you offering them 1.2 million, but you're trying to put this on pay-per-view? Word is born. Y'all trying to play
remember,
us?
It wasn't. Remember, they came out recently that they weren't going to put it on pay-per-view.
Exactly. But what I'm saying, that was the rumor. That ain't no pay-per-view purse. But let's get back to purses. You could Google right now. Adrian Broner has beaten baby calves for 1.2 million on Showtime. Okay? Everybody gets 1.2. That's like the mandatory minimum after you working with Al and you won a title. Whether you lose it or not, you still a $1 million fighter. Andre Berto got $1 million on HBO over 20 years ago, probably when he fought Freddie Hernandez in like a 10-rounder. So, damn, Tio. You and your dad need to get a Keith Conley, get some man, a lawyer, get a James Prince. Listen, we're going to keep it top rank. What's that little dude, Lil G from Fresno?
Lil G with Jay Prince.
Bruh, he was with Top
Jay
Rank.
Prince.
They signed him at 16, but what'd he say? Enough is enough. I got to get Prince in here. I'm not being paid the way I should be paid. You understand? And now they got Prince, and you need a negotiator. 1.2 sounds very low. I'm not using Google, but off top, Broner, Danny, Porter, Keith, Earl, Mikey, Jesse Vargas, all those people. Thomas Dulorme got one. No, let's just stick with Jesse. Forget Thomas.
Let me ask you, though,
Jesse
was
got
Broner getting that
1.8.
money?
Hold on. Hold on.
ahead.
Let me just say this little thing. I'm going to shut up. I promise you. Jesse
ahead.
got 1.8 to fight Dulorme on DAZN. Come on, dog.
Jesse Vargas?
Google it.
Oh my God, bro! And I'm
He
very
was the A-
upset
he
with
was the
many
A-side in that
with
fight.
many of y'all talking about, oh, look at Tio pricing himself out, ducking. Come on, y'all. Y'all know this is just negotiation. My man's gonna make sure that every time you put that envelope on the desk and it ain't what he believes that you can give him, it's gonna get slid right back to you.
Listen, I understand that. Look, I'm going to focus more on how does Lomachenko get 3-point-something million in excess? Like, that's, to me, the crazier part. The guy's not really a draw. Like, if we could just pay people as good as they are, then for sure that he deserves hundreds of millions of dollars. But the truth is that he's not really a draw, so how do you make that? Ness, you had the scepter.
Just context. Jesse Vargas, one site. This is one site, okay? I'm not going to further Google, but I still believe I'm right because I'm Jay-Z and Biggie. You know, it's off the top, no paper. But this site is saying Jesse got 1.2 for Thomas Dulorme, then got 1 million for Broner, 1 million for Aaron Herrera, 2.8 for Pacquiao, 450 for Saddam Ali, 600,000 for Timothy Bradley, Antar another 250. But you see how it's different purses when he was with Top Rank? Just saying, consistent million after that, right? So Dulorme, Humberto Soto 1.2, but I'm telling you that's wrong. He was getting more. And with Mikey, 1.2. And obviously he's got no more fights since then. But that's a lot of millions, and that ain't the level of big fight of a Vasiliy Lomachenko.
Yo, but yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I'm sitting there and trying to be objective about this statement. Like, Loma is not a draw. Like, I get it. Like, maybe it doesn't fill stadiums in the US, but you've got to think, at least from an international perspective, I believe Loma is a draw. Loma is a brand, even like in Europe. Like Loma filled in like a stadium in the UK. He's not from the UK. He's from Ukraine. Like you have to remember, like this is miles away from the UK. This is like a 4 or 5 hour plane journey from the UK. Right? The guy, filled up 20,000, and you're not gonna tell me that it's Luke Campbell that brought in those people, those bums on the seats, right? So, worldwide, he is an attraction. And when people give a purse, they're not handing over like, Christmas gift or anything. They just don't pay you for you just being someone, and, they understand that they're paying you what you're supposed to be worth and what you can get in return. Now, if you're saying that Tio is not getting enough money, I can understand that. But trying to say that like Lomachenko doesn't command and demand those kind of like purses, I don't know. I don't agree. And in terms of like, commercially, do you think that rival sells like gears on the back of like Loma? I believe so.
Listen, and I want to make it understood. Like, this isn't a criticism like from me. Like, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, Loma doesn't deserve this money or he doesn't earn this or blah, blah. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is if we're in a position where Top Rank has already said that it's hard to find the money to do X, Y, Z, all I'm saying is that in a handicap economical recession, let's call that, of boxing, for a guy like Loma who brings to the table, the physical numbers that he brings, to me, 3.25 in excess seems higher than I thought would be possible. And that's really all I'm trying to say, is that they found the money for him. Will they find the money for Teo? And Teofimo is a guy who I think deserves it. He deserves he is a draw. He's a draw right now. But without the crowd, where do they get?
Well, Mario, let's set apart the two, right? I mean, Coach Midi, Superman style, is talking about the numbers across the pond. But what is Lomachenko doing here? Let's look at those numbers.
I agree.
And what is he able to do here? Because this is where the fight's gonna happen. Even though he's having trouble fighting in New York and all this other stuff.
You heard Tank ripping Lomachenko. He sold 2,800 tickets in MGM Harbor. Listen, he ain't a draw over here.
I agree. And I mean, when we talk about draws, also, I mean, it seems like we're talking about the ability to fill up an arena, and I get it. I get it that he doesn't even fight in a main venue at MSG, right? He fights in a small room. I understand all this, but I'm saying that people paying out those purses are not handing out free money for no reason. There's more than just being like a draw in terms of being able to bring bums on seats. There's the ability to attract commercial appeal, boxing apparel that can be sold, be attached to certain brand, like Rival or whatever.
You must be right.
Does,
you
right?
must be right. Yeah.
People just don't hand money for free.
He ain't with
That's
Rival
what I know.
no more, champ. He's with Venom now, and
that's right.
And secondly,
whoever that is, right? So, yeah.
And secondly, it's not that, if he's not a draw, why are they keeping him? Why is he still fighting? Why is he getting sponsors? It's not about that. It's chess. They're protecting that piece. Their investment will get cashed in when he fights Tank Davis, when he fights Ryan Garcia. Those are the big fights for Loma. There's no other big fight. All that talk of moving down, who's he going to fight? Okay, maybe they'll serve him to Shakur, but is Shakur commercially that big a star that Lomachenko and Shakur at 130 is as big a fight as Tank? I don't think so. They saving him for the Tank fight. They always wanted the Tank fight. It's Tank's side that wasn't ready. Now Tank is going to put himself in a position and be like, look, I'm a star. You my B-side. Now we can do it. That's all this is. Everything is chess. Oh, Crawford's Earl is ducking. No, it's about who's going to be in the better position to command more of the money. Simple.
Here's the thing about that, though, that the only problem, if your logic makes sense, then it makes sense now, right now, while Bob can control the fighter that steals the Lomachenko glory. So if you were going to cash him out against a Ryan Garcia, how could you do that when Golden Boy is really going to? And if you're talking about one big payday, one final hurrah, I get that. He is in that age group. I just ultimately think that if that's the case, then it's right now that they are doing that. They feel like Teofimo's the guy that's going to take it. They have to, because he will be able to stay with Top Rank after that.
He absolutely could be the guy to take it, and then the fight is Tank and him, right? But like you said, Loma is already old. You know what I'm saying? Loma's already old, and
real quick, let me go to the super chat.
They got to protect their investment.
Jared Lloyd says, does Top Rank have some more pedestrians fighting tomorrow night? Also, Spence versus Garcia is a good fight. What does the bum lord, Crawford's resume, and a recycling center have in common? They're both full of tomato cans.
Yo, my man
I love the way that we read his super chats in that voice. It's so condescending.
Look, MGM Boston.
Wait a minute, real quick before you guys.
We got Boston Jared with another one that says MGM Grand National Harbor only holds 3,000 seats, and that's why Tank said he only sells 2,800.
Yep. It's a small venue. Looks like my high school.
I was there for that Loma fight, actually.
My
high school auditorium is bigger than that thing.
My view on Loma is I think maybe Top Rank thought that they had a version of Manny Pacquiao, and maybe it didn't materialize in this way, right? Because Manny brought a whole country with him. I think Loma also has the support from his country, but they're not like the same kind of like die-hard Filipino fight that will just like travel. And also, I might be mistaken, and I'm sure that there's like a huge contingent of Russian and Ukrainian in the US, right? But from what I see, the Filipino crowd, like both home and in the US, like are so hard behind Manny. And then at one point, Manny transcended like his national supporters, and Manny won the heart of everyone. So maybe I understand what you're saying, Ness. Like, so do you think that when he gets the Tank Davis fight, and if he beats Tank Davis, does he win the viewership, like, or the followership from Tank over, or no?
You don't have to, because you know Loma's style, so it's gonna be a fight, and they're gonna do a rematch. Guys, just look at it. The blueprint is in front of you. Wilder Fury is going on its third fight. Nestor Gibbs in the first fight told you. I put money on the draw 2 months in advance. I told you, like, big fights are meant to be freaking, they're bloodsuckers. They suck us. Manny fought Marquez 4 times. This is Top Rank. Where is this fight coming from? Top Rank. Manny fought Marquez 4 times. Eric Morales 3 times. How many times you fought Barrera, Mario? Help me with the amount of rematches old boy has had.
Mayweather fought, what's his name, twice, too, when he was with Top Rank. The Mexican.
Castillo.
Yes.
Bro, rematches are Top Rank's thing. All they need is Loma to be slightly competitive.
I wouldn't even say it's Top Rank. I would say it's like the oldest model. And since Top Rank is one of the oldest promotions, it's like, it's part of their, bag of tricks. But at the end of the day, it's a proven, money seller. It's a proven cash grab to have fights close enough to have multiple fights. But multiple fights are often traps. A rematch is a trap. Like, that's what it really is. If you think about it, it rarely ever lives up to the hype. The Wards and the Gottis are far and few between.
Real quick, shout out to Earthquake, who says shout out to Cito, and we do want to give him another shout out for the huge super chat. But I did want to say, I think that the rematch is also one way. Because, again, the business is with Vasiliy and Tank. So if they could steal Teofimo's belt, they stealing it, and we're going to offer now a cross-promotion pay-per-view, because now it makes sense. Now, Gervonta did his own pay-per-view with Leo. Now we did our own pay-per-view. Now we got numbers and analytics. Let's sit down now. But if Teo wins, there's no rematch. If Teo wins, there's a rematch for Vasiliy probably. But I think if Vasiliy wins, there's no rematch.
Super chat, Eso Akuni says, this is why Top Rank is annoying. Their last good in-house fight was Archer versus Vazdik. Both guys made $1.5 million. They can't pay Teo more than that? Top Rank hasn't been invested in putting great fights.
Jesus, that's sad
Let's
to hear.
go, champ.
That's sad to hear. The 2 dudes that don't know English, but shout out to Vazdik. I know he does know slight English. But 2 dudes that don't know English made 1.5 on American soil in a unification. These guys are damn near doing undisputed. They're missing a few belts thanks to politics, but they got a lot of belts on the line. Ring, WBC franchise, IBF real belt, Super WBA belt, and it's like, whoa, you can't give him no money?
Pay my man's his money, champ.
Crazy. Not only that, Teo has a fan base that Loma recognized, and I always point to his YouTube channel in his video where he gives you his own translations. He recognized that New York is Teo's market, even though he's been fighting in Madison Square Garden all the time. But look, we went far too long on this topic. It is what it is. Hopefully, it could get it right. My final thoughts are: pay the kid, and if you don't, this is another reason why they gotta pay Vasiliy all the money that he's not worth. Because guess what? If they cut Vasiliy, PBC could pick him up and do the pay-per-view that they need to do. DAZN could pick him up and do the pay-per-view with Ryan that they need to do. You understand? Top Rank is waiting to use that piece. That's it.
I gotta look after my investment.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, my final thoughts on this are I don't care what needs to be done. I hope it gets done. If we got to pay for this, then we got to pay for it. I know that's not the best thing for me to say, and I know that as call me whatever you want, a podcaster, a journalist, whatever. As a person who fights for the fans and really hopes to speak for them, I know we don't want another pay-per-view, but ultimately I get to choose which ones I want. And if I have to choose, if I'm being chosen for what fights I'm getting because somebody came out first and announced, like, that's not what I want. I want the idea. I want the ability to choose what I want. And I can tell you, if they make it a pay-per-view, Teofimo and Lomachenko was always a fight, one of the top fights I was going to pay for. I mean, the bottom line is I'm going to pay for them all. Like, I'm a sicko, right? I'm a boxing degenerate. So I'm going to pay for them all, have a crazy huge cable bill. It's going to suck, but, I'll eat ramen for a month, whatever. I don't give a shit. But this is the fight I want. I want this one. Out of all the fights that I expected to get this year, this was the one that, I felt was the biggest and grandest in my heart. And it still feels that way. So if we don't get it, don't get me wrong, PBC's done a good job and Matchroom's doing a good job and DAZN's doing a good job of keeping us good for 2020. Here comes Fox, about to do the same. Great. But this one stings a little more than the rest of them.
All right, final thoughts. Like
704. Come on, how you gonna delete him for that, man? That's a good comment. I was actually gonna read that. He says, "Yo, y'all on some issue."
Nah. It's not that, Ness. Is that we trust
don't want
me.
no
it's
cursing?
not just that. Nah, it's not that it's not no cursing. Is that he's been coming off with the same thing. Like, he has some good information. And shout out to you, Jeff. But you got to keep it clean, bro. You can't be leading off with, like, y'all some bitches or y'all this, y'all that, y'all this, y'all that.
I mean,
like,
that's just barbershop talk.
Nah. There's barbershop. Look. Let me tell you something. The wrenches are on brief. They get briefed, and it's not like they don't get put back in. Jeff is hopping in, and he just got to clean it up just a little bit, man.
Cool. No cursing in the because they gonna black you out. But the rest of his comment,
it's the context that you're cursing, bro.
Okay, in the context. Okay. I like the rest of his comment though. We need to fact check it. But he says Loma sold out back-to-back in 2 countries, consistently over 1 million views on primetime. Loma, the A-side, all Lopez shine comes from clout chasing Loma.
No, I mean, it's kind of right in terms of saying like, Loma is the A side against Lopez, right? So you can't say no.
I agree that.
You also have to say that, of course, like Teo is getting his popularity enhanced by attaching his name to that fight. That's normal, and that's okay. And yeah, man, like I don't know about selling out in 2 countries, but I know he sold out in 1 for sure in the UK.
But we said that, right, Mitty?
Yeah. But I mean, like the problem I think with the rest of the chat and everyone else listening, maybe on the US side, is like is maybe not able to sell out venues in the US. But I don't necessarily think that it translates to not being a draw, because it's not all about like putting bums on seats in the venues, right? So the same problem that some of the other fighters have, like you have like the heavyweights champion of the world at one point that was selling at 8,000 capacity. If it was in a different country, it would sell out like 20,000 and so on and so forth, right? So it's about like its ability to have like a commercial appeal as well, and viewership, and all those people paying for advertising and all that. They want to have their name tied to Loma, right? So that's what it is.
Super chat, Super Mex.
Trey in the Bay with a super chat says, I hope he has a trilogy with a guy who has 140 losses.
Yeah, I think
that's a shot at you. That's a shot at you, Mitty, with your guy in the UK with 100.
No, I mean, like Trey got like introduced to boxing recently, I guess, and that's okay. It's part of learning, like what a journeyman is, and I mean, you can agree, you can disagree, and I guess she's disagreeing, and she has a right to, man, and she can, keep coming with it, so no problem.
It's all right. Super Max with the big chat.
CYP is gathering all the people in the chat. He's like, whoever want me to come for Mitty, give me your calls. I'm ready for them. So they coming for you, Mitty. I hope y'all don't. Y'all always try to scare the UK hosts off too, man.
He doesn't need to gather anyone. That's all good, I'm fine.
Yo, y'all gonna let me read Big Super's super chat here, Chips?
Supermercado.
Yo, my man Super Max says Loma versus Teal will do way better numbers than Tank versus Leo fight, with or without the UFC stealing buys. Shout out to Super Max, champ. Yo, and that dance partner right there. See, the thing is, the butts are gonna be in the seats because of the, the importance of it, like Ness said, and the line, the belts are on the line, and also, the different dynamics that these two guys are gonna bring together. You know what I'm saying? Both of them together are gonna equal butts in the seats. Obviously, we can't have them inside any place right now because of what we're going throughout the world, but definitely gonna put seats on the couch watching it. I know I'm gonna be. Definitely watching it. I can't wait to have the first, Honduran chant. That's gonna be, that's gold.
All right,
listen, listen. I mean, we're gonna move off of that subject.
Yeah, we gotta get to Egginson.
Loma is different, man. Loma is different, and based on what I've seen,
Loma getting knocked out.
I don't know, man.
Loma getting knocked out, Mitty. Loma can't take a punch.
It's possible.
If Loma fights Teofimo Lopez, he's gonna get knocked out.
Okay, hopefully it's gonna happen.
I mean,
Nara's right hand put him down.
I can see him.
Teofimo left hook is sending him across the pond.
But the thing is that we all, I could also see Loma staying away, right? Loma is real good friends.
I can see Teo punching fresh air for 12 rounds.
Yeah.
That's what I can see.
Because you gotta put respect on the pedigree, champ.
Because I can see
what pedigree. What pedigree? Like, hold on,
like his amateur pedigree. His amateur pedigree.
Okay, let's talk about that. Like, I watched Teo like throughout like the Olympics, right? So because he met like a French dude, the guy who just like put him out of the competition, right? I can tell you that's different, man. Like,
Broski, but I'm telling you, like, the pedigree, just to give you an insight on how long he's been doing this. I'm not telling you that Teofimo was the same guy that he was yesterday that he was today.
He wasn't. Of course he wasn't.
So the reason I mention this is for you to have the insight that the guy's been doing the same thing that Lomachenko's been doing, only that Lomachenko...
He hasn't been doing the same thing that Lomachenko's been doing.
Let me finish so I can clear it up for you. They've both been amateur greats. Obviously, one is greater.
Not greats. Not greats. Not greats. Let's not say that Teofimo is not an amateur great.
Put him great, but he's done
well.
He
didn't make the U.S. squad. He didn't make the U.S. squad for the 2016 Olympics. He went through the Honduran side. He lost in like it's not even a quarterfinal. Like
I think in Panama, he probably lost. But what I'm getting to again, because we're going to be comparing amateur resumes, and one is obviously better than the other one. What
one
I'm telling
is like out of this world, like
out of
one
this
is just
world. Okay, let's give him all the credit so you feel good in your stance right now, right?
Yeah.
He's the best. He's a way better amateur than Teofimo Lopez. Again, they've been doing the same thing, and that's boxing since an early age. One guy is younger though. And whether you like to see it or not, you can see that Lomachenko has been knocked down by guys with lesser reaction time and less power.
Lesser men altogether.
Let's see it. Let's see it happen, right? So,
because you say like, how do you see him winning this fight?
How do I see like Loma winning this fight?
Like, what's so different about him?
I see him like frustrating Lopez. I see him frustrating Lopez because he will not stay in front of him, and when he does stay in front of him, he will actually just like roll his shots, give him different angles, don't stay in front of him.
He's not fighting an old guy, bro. Or a guy that just started fighting like Jason Sosa, where you can him in the ring. He's not fighting that type of guy this night.
That's okay. That's okay. You can't say that he was fighting old guys all the way through. He fought Gary Russell Jr. It was Gary Russell Jr. old. Gary Russell Jr. apparently can beat Bud Crawford. You know what I mean? Like, come on, stop it, champ.
Yeah. So when is he? When is he? All right. So you give him the Gary Russell win.
Yeah, I gave him the Gary Russell.
That's right. So how much credit did you give him for beating Jason Sosa? How much credit did you give him?
The same credit. You have to beat whoever is in front of you. I give him credit for beating Campbell. You had a guy who
never had an amateur record, right?
That's okay. That's who they put in front of you. But when they put good in front of you, you just deal with them. When they put average in front of you, you deal with them. When they put basura in front of you, you deal with them.
Listen, we're not going to settle a debate on who's better between Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko on resume. Like Teofimo, you're handicapping him. There's no way you can make that argument. Lomachenko, look at everybody he's beat. I mean, it's just not going to happen. So I think that ultimately you just have to ask, is this the perfect time for Teofimo to get Lomachenko age-wise? Or is this the perfect time for Lomachenko to get Teofimo, experience-wise? We're going to find out. And I'm excited. Right now, honestly, I am picking Lomachenko to win. But I think it's a 50-50 fight. I feel like I'm part of a very few. I feel like people either think Teofimo's going to kill him, Lomachenko's going to kill him. I feel like there's very few people that think it's like actually 50-50.
Listen, I don't think there will be a killing or anything. I think there'll be a gap in skills, like, and experience altogether. And that's what I think there will be. Like, it's not a Richard Comey that will come like heads on. Like, and don't get me wrong, Teo just surprised me against like Comey, right? He just did his thing and he just like stopped a durable guy in quick time. I thought you say we're gonna see what Teo is all about, and he showed us, and that was good.
I'm real confident in his discipline right now. He's real disciplined. But let's get real quick to super chats. Max says, Mitty, if I'm so new, why does everybody think it's funny but you? Mitty.
I didn't get it.
That was a bar.
Trey.
He said, Mitty, if I'm so new, since you said that she was so new to the game, why does everybody think it's funny but you?
No, that's okay. If we're doing funny, that's fine. But if we're doing serious, then I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say. If you're saying that if you want to do stand-up comedy, that's good. You're funny. I appreciate that,
No. Don't hit Mitty with no soundbite. He's doing well. I don't think Mitty's ever going to go.
Mitty's here to stay, champ.
Mitty's doing well.
I'm just talking.
He was going in with you. He's like, yo, but Teofimo's not a better amateur. He didn't make the American team. He had to go to Honduras. I'm like, whoa, I'm sitting here getting educated. Like, oh, shit. Yo, he said, I watched him in the Olympics. I was like, uh-oh. I start getting smaller in my chair like, damn, Doobie, you about to lose this argument.
The guy that beats Theo in the Olympics is like a good friend of like Mohammed Mimoun, right? When I did the translation work for him and all that.
Yes.
They just like they work out of the same gym and all that. And his trainer, the brother of Mimoun, is the older brother of Sofiane Oumia. Sofiane Oumia is going again to the Olympics right now. He picked up a silver medal. He's trying to go for a gold in Tokyo before turning pro again, right? So, that's that's the insight, and they told us, like, at least they told me, like, Teofimo was like, it was not an easy fight, but they thought they could frustrate the kid because they said he has like a pro boxing style, which is good, but that's not the style that works well in the amateurs, and that's why he made the right decision to turn pro, and
absolutely. Yo, Savant on the super chat says Pedraza had Loma face looking like a raccoon, but Teo can't touch him.
And Linares.
And Linares swapped him. Stop it, Coach Midi.
I'm gonna put you to sleep.
Damn, boom.
Yo, no, that's what I'm saying, bro. I want to move on, but Linares put hands on him. Yo, bruh, Salido. Because people try to make it seem like, oh, no, he just did some illegal shit. Nah.
Salido for me is the one. Salido for me is the one. It was the introduction to the program and say, my man, I'm not going to make weight. I don't care about no making weight. And I'm going to show you things that... I'm going to show you things that you haven't seen before. You want to show the Matrix? You want to do the Matrix with me? No, stay here. Stay on those rocks. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the fight where the guy had to learn very quickly. He had to learn and say, hey, you know what? I can't do all those things. Like, so anyway, man.
After that, he said, Bob, give me the diet.
Yeah.
Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
Give me the loot.
Give me the loot.
I can't do it all alone.
Yeah. You see, like, Ness just Danny Garcia me, man. He suckered me into his counterpunch, man.
Yo, what's next on the docket, though, champions?
Bro, we haven't even talked about egg and cheese. Y'all over here arguing about a fight that ain't even signed.
Yeah, and listen, that's where I'm like, I'm a bit frustrated, man. That's disrespectful, man. This card is the best card of the weekend, no matter what you want to say.
Mitty.
You know?
Made his
Hey,
full
man.
on cape today.
Hey,
Man.
listen, we're gonna talk about it on Sunday when you just come out and say, "Damn, I wish I watched it live, man. I had to catch it on the zone and on replay and all that." Like, listen, I mean, it's a COVID card, right? So you're not gonna have like the big names, but you have like interesting matchups and spicy matchups, right? At least for people who know here, right? So I'm sure like some of the UK guys will be very interested. But if you want to hear some of the backstories on some of those fighters and what you look out for, just stay tuned. Hopefully we're gonna get through it right now, man.
I want to hear Manchester Mario's take on this because he's looking at it from the USA perspective. Superman Midi might just be telling lies.
Hey, what happened?
Yeah, no, I believe him. I believe him. Listen, I think this is a great fight to start off the fight camp series. I think that Sam Egerton and Ted Cheeseman, is there going to be a bunch of, casual American fans tuned in? Probably not, probably few to none. But that said, it's the perfect introduction for me. Is if you have DAZN, then it's because you love boxing, and it's a fight that you're going to listen. It's a fight that even if you don't know who it is, you're going to be entertained. I am very confident that Egerton and Cheeseman are going to put on a great fight. I'm confident that whether you know them or not going into it, you'll remember them afterwards. I think this is a fight that they can both take something from. Even the loser, we saw that with, I always use Cotto and Mayweather as a good example where a loser takes something out of the fight, even though that they didn't get the win. This could be a similar situation. To see James Tennyson, I've heard a lot about him over the last few weeks. More than I have before, and Jordan Gill as well. I hear that he's going to be somebody to watch. So there's a lot of guys on the card that I'm excited to see for the first time or maybe for the second or third time. James Tennyson I've seen a couple times. I do plan on watching a Dalton Smith fight, a Jordan Gill fight that I found on YouTube. But other than that, yeah, I think the main event's worth it for American fans to tune in.
So let me tell you, let me go from like the bottom of the card and work my way to the top. Like, so it's interesting that you mentioned Dalton Smith. Dalton Smith is probably a name that you guys never heard of, but is a kid that is like, on the prospects, is a prospect for Matchroom, right? So he has like a good amateur, I won't say pedigree, but it was like someone who had aspiration to go to Tokyo for the Olympics, right? And they changed the weight class in the amateurs, so he couldn't really just make the weight anymore. So he decided to switch to the pro ranks. So he's been pro for 2 years, doesn't have many fights. Is in there with someone that is supposed to beat. So let's not talk about like the opposition. They're building the kid. I'm pretty sure that's his 5th fight or something like that. But the story that I want you to keep with you is that the guy is being trained by his dad, and his dad only got into boxing because of the son. So he became a trainer because of his son. So imagine like someone who's been a trainer maybe for, I don't know, 10, 12 years, maybe something like that, and learned the game from scratch. And he already has like built like, enough experience and knowledge to pick up a fighter like Charlie Edwards. So over the last 2-3 years or so, he's been training Charlie Edwards and got him to win a world title. So just for that alone, I like it. Like that's a story just to follow and to see like if you're going to have like a Sean Porter and his dad kind of relationship and see how it goes. So just, keep an eye for the guy. The fight that he's in on Saturday is not like a great fight. And you're not going to learn much from, like how well can he take a punch or can he go deep into the trenches? Because that's not going to be that. You're just supposed to be amazed by, whoa, he looks fast. Whoa, he's got good angles. Wow, that's the kind of fight that you should have on Saturday. So at least that's.
Well, these are bubble fights anyway, so we're not expecting, the best level of competition. Like the fact that Egerton and Cheeseman are fighting each other, that's a really good competitive fight for the time that we're in. These guys are both respected like C sides for someone else, and now they're in the same, of each other.
I think that the only fight on Saturday where it's like really like should be a very easy win is Dalton Smith. After that, you have like domestic matchups where you can expect to see something like so. I know you guys invested in the heavyweight division, right? So
Fabio.
everyone
I'm
is
invested in
yeah.
Fabio myself, so I do want to know about
Exactly.
Simon Valili.
So listen, Simon Valili, if you look at those two guys, right? So it's the story. One guy, Fabio, who doesn't have any amateur experience. He comes from the white collar boxing scene. Like, so, the white collar kind of fights that I run, he comes from that, right? Someone who's good enough, athletic enough, picked up the sport late and decided to have like a few fights to have fun and realized that he's good enough. Dillian White saw that, signed him up. So he's like signed to Dillian White, and they're just like now on this pro journey together. 8 fights, I believe 8 knockouts or something like that. And now they're stepping him up though against Valili. Valili is the guy that has the experience. He's the guy that's been boxing since he's a kid. The problem, and I think what you'll think, is a cruiserweight though, or he's fought like most of like his career at cruiserweight. Is only recently, maybe the last 2-3 years, that he turned into heavyweight. But he fought like the level of competition that Wardley has never seen. He fought like
but at
Marius
cruiserweight
Bredis.
though.
Yeah, at cruiserweight. So I think that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like kind of very skilled cruiserweights that brings the aggression also. Like Valili is like a guy. If you watch his fight, even at cruiserweight,
Well, man, you should have led.
Like, he's aggressive.
You should have led with at least he's coming off of 4 straight wins, so that's a good thing.
He's coming off wins, right? He's not a guy with a losing record. He's lost, I think, like three fights, like and. The free fight, one of them includes like Marius Bredis, right? And then the others are domestic opponents, but at least it's been on that level.
Yeah, well, all heavyweights get to fight a cruiserweight at one point in their career, and cruiserweights are flirting the heavyweight division anyway.
But who's the Jamaican dude that's he fought Dave Allen? Like, you remember it's trained by
Lenroy Thomas.
Yeah, Lenroy. So I think like Valili is a kind of cruiserweight that is similar to Lenroy. Like, so he's moving into the heavyweight, and I think he could do a few things. But Matchroom is invested in Wardley, so I don't know. I think they see something in Wardley. They see like maybe the size and the athleticism, and like being a natural heavyweight will be too much for Valili. But I won't bank on that. Valili is definitely trying to get him like.
Why they moving Wardley so fast? He's so young with no amateur experience that you could get him to 20-0, to get the experience that he didn't get in the amateurs.
They might get on the banana skin. Do you remember like Bokoli, right? What they do with Bokoli and Michael Hunter, right? So I think that might be one of those. That might be one of those because of like, at one point Valili was just like, if he won the Brady's fight, for example, he would have fought Bellew. So that was at the time where Bellew was the WBC champion, and he won it off like the Makabu one, right? So Bellew was the champ, Brady's was the number one contender, and he was trying to steal that spot. So. Man, I think it's going to be an exciting fight. And at least you're going to see someone going out on his shield. If he does go out, he's going to be on his shield. He's going to come for a fight, man.
Well, I'm interested. I've watched the first 5 of Wardley fights, and then I missed 3, the last 3. But we've been following him since he was 0-0. We got about 5 correspondents in the UK that, go to all the gyms, especially the Peacock gyms. Some of them are cool with Dillian, and we've been getting interviews with Wardley for a while. We even had him on the show. So I'm interested in the development. I just don't understand why they're rushing. Like, this is even his first 10-rounder. It doesn't make any sense.
And I don't know if you've seen the
especially
press conference,
heavyweight division. It's like you got a young kid that you could develop, and he can be something at 30 years old with 5 years of good experience.
But listen, I think like that's what it is. That's where we kind of like excited about those things. They kind of listening to the audience, and it's just let's stop like building those kind of resume, and let's start to pull like some of those people in like early enough and see what they can do, right? So
if you do that, you got to pay them right. And I'm not trying to go back to Teofimo, but just look at how high level that fight is, and we don't think he's being paid right. So imagine Wardley. You're gonna rush Wardley, and he's not going to make the money. Now he loses, and maybe they don't want him no more, or he can't get fights, or he falls out of love.
Remember what Bruce Lampner said when he came on, right? So he came on and he said, like, hey, you know what? We want to give our, at least from his perspective, he wants to give his fighters not the exciting KOs to build like the excitement and the hype. He wants to put them in deep waters, maybe not waters that they can't swim in, but deep waters to see if they can actually become something. And when they have to dig deep in the next few fights, then they know that they can do it. And what better way of doing it against like like what you call like a blown up cruiserweight, right? So they don't think that maybe like Vasiliy has the punching power to trouble him. And I think like Vasiliy is banking on a decision. But when you're in there with like a concussive heavyweight that is just power. Exactly. So Wardley is just going for a knockout. Vasiliy is going for potentially a decision. So maybe that's what
he just went.
Go in there with someone who's going to push you. Maybe it's going to be a head on points up to the point where you knock him out in the 6th, 7th, or 8th round, right? So, but be ready for that. So I think that's exciting,
I mean, like I said, I'm invested, but he definitely didn't knock out a 250-pound heavyweight in a 6-round fight. But for Wardley, it's really strange. Like normally in America, we do 4 4-rounders, 4 6-rounders, 4 8-rounders. Then you get your beat wet. My man is just straight did 4 4-rounders, 2 6-rounders, 2 8-rounders. Let's go to 8. I get the Russian if you got that skill.
No pun intended.
But let's see if he has it, and that's what we're asking him, right? So I think that's a good thing anyway.
I mean, it has to be said. They put him in tough early anyway, because I mean, I seen that fight with the dude with all the losses, but that's still a lot of fights. Like,
and listen,
like
there are few fighters are heavyweight that are being put in like tough early, right? So Joe Joyce is one of them. Like, you cannot say that Joe Joyce has had an easy way.
No. Damn, I lost you. I'm losing you, Mitty. Are you guys hearing them, or is it me?
Like people with winning records, right? So.
No.
Come again?
I guess y'all didn't hear that. That was just me.
No.
I didn't hear anything.
I kind of lost.
What I did hear in the back of Mitty's mind.
Whatever.
Oh, so that's this for the heavyweight, right? So for the heavyweight, that's that.
I've heard of Jordan Gill, but I never actually watched him.
Listen, Jordan Gill, trained by Dave Caldwell, like ex-trainer of like Tony Bellew and Derek Chisora at one point. And again, someone that was just like, we were getting excited about, and it was getting built on the Matchroom undercards of like big fights. But the problem, he had a loss. He had a loss that was unexpected. And him versus Bellotti is a fight where both of them needs to win. Both of them have to win, and I don't want to say that they're on a comparable skill level. I think Jordan Gill should be like the more skilled fighter, but Rhys Bellotti has the power, and Rhys Bellotti is also in that Jim McDonald camp, the trainer of James DeGale, with the Chris Congo and all that. So he's a decent fighter. But I don't know. He should lose that fight, but you never know. If he catches Jordan Gill, who knows?
Damn, Mitty. So these are better fights than the bubble top rank fight, because like we didn't know this many fighters or back information on the bubble fighters. We had to learn.
I'm telling you that those fights, like, they are interesting. Again, they don't have the international appeal, because it's difficult to do that in this.
So these are the COVID cards happening in the UK that are decent.
Those are the COVID cards.
You putting this on right now, telling us like, yo, these guys are gonna give us a good show.
I'm telling you, the only one that I can't get excited about is Tennyson versus Gwynn, right? But Tennyson should win
because it's such a lopsided.
I think so. On paper, it doesn't look like it, because he's fighting like a kid that probably only has like one loss, right? So in Gwynn. But I don't know, like Tennyson is not also, in my opinion, right, is not out of this world. Like, he lost against Tevin Farmer. I'm going to make Trey love right now, right? The guy lost to a guy that's got 64 losses. So one of those journeymen, they put him in early. I think that was his 8 or 9 fights. they put him in against someone, either last-minute replacement or something like that. He was expected to win. The guy came to lose, but he surprised him. He just knocked him out or stopped him in a second round. So those guys, they're skilled, and they're supposed to give you the work, but sometimes they give you too much of that work, and you're gonna lose.
That's for
bro. One of the guys that Wally fought has over 100 fights. It's like, how the freak do you get that?
This is the story of the 100 Club, isn't it?
Listen, those are. Let me tell you, those are people that fight every single weekend. Every single
so
weekend.
So what? You guys don't have the 2-week rule over there? Like over here, our commissions make you wait.
If you get knocked out, 30 days mandatory. But those guys are so skilled and so experienced that they can give you the rounds. They avoid getting cuts. They avoid getting knocked out because their pay depends on this. They know they're not big ticket sellers. They know that they are decent enough at boxing. They just can't get the push that some of the other fighters get. So that's what they do. They become like instrumental in the development of other fighters. And that's what Bruce Lampner said. He wished he could have that in the US, because instead of getting someone who can't fight, you're going to put him in there and he's going to get knocked out in the first or second round.
Bad, like mom.
Yeah, you want someone that's going to just test you, someone that's going to be, giving you that experience. Then we know that what you're about. So that's the difference in the approach, right? So we can clown those guys, but those guys, they're no jokes. And if it was a fight behind closed doors, just in the gym, they probably whoop some of those boys. They will just give them the business. So that's what it is, man.
All right, you got a super chat.
So Mitty, really quick, hold on a minute, Doomy. Live, DVR, and you don't really have to watch. Which one? Because this is a lot of fights here.
Okay, live Cheeseman, live Jordan Gill, live Fabio against
Simon
Valili, and then Dalton Smith, DVR, and Tennyson. I don't know. You don't really have to watch off DVR, right? So the problem, though, is that Tennyson will be probably just before the Cheeseman fight. So you're going to have to watch it because the order is going to be Dalton Smith, Valili, Tennyson, or Jordan Gill, then Tennyson, and then Cheeseman versus Eggington. But come on, guys, give me some of your picks, right? We need to do the picks.
I'm picking.
Yeah, I'm going Nate.
I'm picking Eggington. I'm picking Eggington, Wardley. Let me look at the thing again because I know their names.
Eggington. Okay, so let me do it in order for you. So Eggington, then Tennyson versus Gwynn. I'm saying you should go for Tennyson, but you can do whatever.
I'm picking Tennyson, and I'm picking Eggington as well.
Tennyson is the name. I'm going for Tennyson. I've heard of Jordan Gill. I'm going all A sides. Everybody on the left.
Yeah, me too. I'm going all A side. Fabio Wardley, I saw, has the biggest odds on the card. Believe
no
it or not.
upsets there, man.
Yeah, and so Dalton Smith, I think, had the second closest in terms of odds. So, but they're all favorites. Jordan Gill as well. James, Tennyson. Believe it or not, the Fabio Wardley fight is a bigger odds than James Tennyson.
Is Eggington a favorite on your side? Because
yes,
I'm pretty sure that in the UK, Cheeseman is the favorite.
On our side,
Cheeseman.
No. Cheeseman is the favorite.
Okay, so you still going for?
Yeah, you know what?
Eggington?
No, I'm gonna pick the A side in that in Ted Cheeseman. I've seen more of Sam Eggington. That's why I wanted to pick him, but I didn't know he was this big of a favorite. Yo, he's minus 500. You don't think that sounds off?
I mean, it is off.
I didn't think Eggington was that bad at all.
No, it's
Eggington
not bad.
beat Malignaggi. This dude Cheeseman is a bum. Okay, I don't even use the word bum no more. I don't use it no more. Listen to me. This dude cost me money on a parlay. This dude is not good in my opinion. Not good, man. He's not good. But the thing is that the Eggington is also like. I bet you, I remember his story, but Mitty gonna give us more detail. Eggington is another dude like Fabio, off the street, that end up doing good, right? He don't got no amateur background.
So it doesn't have amateur background, and Eggington is actually one of the guy who first in his career decided to be a journeyman, but he realized that he couldn't do it. He couldn't stay there and be a punching bag, so he decided to knock people out. He knocked people out, and he started to become popular. So he started to sell tickets, and he transitioned from being a popular to European champion. He picked up belts, man. Like, so, hey, you can't just be clowning those guys. So Eggington is the guy that was going to pick up like losses for a living, but he decided, I guess, when he got in the ring, he said, "I don't have it in me. I'm just gonna knock this dude out," and that's what he did.
Who else has to pick? Because then I'll just give mine right after
So
you.
go for it, Doomy.
All right, so I'm gonna go with whatever sounds better for me in my breakfast in the morning. I'm going with Eggington.
All right,
Sam Eggington on this one, and I'm probably going to check these guys out, sometime before the fight comes about. But I go with Eggington, breakfast car style. I'm going with Gavin Gwynn.
Okay, you're going for the underdog?
I'm going for the underdog on that one, just because I just don't know none of them that much enough for me to make an actual, pick. But I'm just thinking 26-year-old. Gavin doesn't have such a bad record. He's seen more. He's a little more experienced, probably. I don't know, but I'm gonna go with that off of face.
Yo, Eggington, bro, shit the bed with Sergio Garcia from Spain.
He didn't shit the bed. He got beat up. That was bad.
He was the favorite in that fight.
He was.
Yeah,
and,
I'm picking Ted Cheeseman. I didn't realize he was such a big favorite.
All right, so
Cheeseman is a favorite?
Yeah, Cheeseman is the favorite. Yeah.
You know why? Because Eggington has been fighting 4 and 6 rounders. At least Cheeseman's been going 12. But my man's last 4 fights is a UD 12, UD lost 12, split decision draw 12, UD lost 12 again.
Give people a context. So Scott Fitzgerald came off a win against like Anthony Fowler, and a lot of people thought that Cheeseman was going to lose if he decided to stand and bang like he usually does. That's the reason why he lost to the Spanish dude, right? He stayed there in front of a boxer and he wanted to stand and bang, but he just got boxed off and picked off. But against Fitzgerald, a lot of people think that he got robbed. He came in and he showed something different. He showed defensive skills. He showed the ability to box on the back foot, and people saw like something changing. But he didn't get the decision though. And that's the problem. Like a lot of people say like it was unfortunate not to get the decision in that fight.
Yeah, I'm going with Cheeseman too, man. Yo, these last 4 fights of Eggington have been all promoter.
Oh, so you changing your
I'm
pick?
telling you why. Look, I told Doomy a few seconds ago, my man had a 4-rounder. His last fight was a 4-rounder. Before that, it was a 10 that only went 2, but that was in a whole nother country. So it's just like, yo, it looks like he lost the Liam Smith fight and then has just been picking up little fights to get his name. He's on his Bum of the Month club.
The Liam Smith was too much for him. Like, so, and that's what it is. Like, I think they are in a shift of momentum. Like, so Eggington is towards the end of it. Eggington really has to win. Cheeseman, if he loses, that will be bad for him, but it's not as bad as for Eggington. And I think, Cheeseman has like a bit more momentum behind him. So I'm going to pick Cheeseman, right? So I'm just like, letting you know.
Dude, it's that I know Eggington. Like, I watched the Bradley Skeet fight. I watched those Frankie Gammon.
Yeah.
I told you he beat Paulie, but he's not the same anymore.
It's not the same. It's not the same, but it still has that, one equalizing tool, right? Which is his punching power. He's always had that. The problem is like people don't believe that he can do that at 147, at 154. Sorry, that was good.
Bro, this fight is not at 154, is it? Because he's been fighting
Cheeseman's
high,
middleweight.
man.
It's middleweight.
He's been fighting high.
That's 154, right? So those guys are 154. They're light middleweights.
I hope it's 154 because he was as high as 170. He was fighting.
Yeah, those two.
His last fight was at 66 too.
Yeah, those two are definitely light middleweights. But
let me check their Instagram. The Instagram should have the weigh-in, right? This is when, tomorrow or Saturday?
Saturday. The weigh-in is not done yet, but if you go on Box, right, they will tell you it's light middleweight, right? So, or maybe like some kind of catchweight just above it, but because I don't know, I don't know if it's for a title, but 154 is their division.
Well, what else do we got? We got some news and notes actually. Looking like.
Before I got.
Yeah, just finish up with your picks, Doomy.
It's okay. Doomy, just here. Just here.
You didn't make a pick, champ.
Jordan Gill versus Reese Bellotti. Again, guys, I'm going off of the UK information I'm getting from Coach Middy. So I'll go with Jordan Gill, champ. Fabio Worley, I go with him, champ. And I'll go with Nathan Bennett on the Dalton Smith fight.
You have to go for Dalton Smith. Trust me, this is the only sure fight. 100%. This is the only one.
Really? The odds aren't even that bad.
You know what? If it's that sure, I'm gonna go just off of underdog heart because I'm not betting. I'll go with Nathan Bennett on this one.
Okay, cool.
I'll be the guy.
No
but so you're saying this is the guy that's gonna get washed?
Yeah, like this is a kid that is like very early in his career. They're banking on him. They're investing in him for the future. They're not putting him with anyone who's going to beat him. Trust me.
Oh, sweet Caroline for Nathan.
All right.
Let's go, champ.
All right.
Skipper.
Cool. Ness, over to you, my man.
So yeah, I guess we're on the news and notes. Paulie Malignaggi removed from the broadcast. Paulie Malignaggi removed from Showtime's boxing broadcast team and will remain off TV while his contract is waited out. And this comes off the back of some controversial and racial comments that Paulie made
on IFL.
On IFL, where I'm a paraphrase. Do you have him, Mario?
I actually heard him right before the show, but I didn't write him down. I thought I would be able to find him in a story, but everybody keeps referencing the YouTube thing because they don't want to put him up, I think. But essentially, yeah he made...
Did you guys get to hear the clip?
I think he said... I think he's... No, I didn't hear the audio, but I think...
I heard the audio.
All right, so then what'd he say? You got the word for word. I don't want to pass. I heard it, but I heard it months ago.
If you want to just give the audience just a little context, I mean, he
send it to me.
I'll send it to you on the pre-pro.
I just wouldn't know what the timestamp is because it's not a short interview.
No, it's like when he gets into like the 5-6 minute mark, he starts talking about the different races and who's the opportunity right now and who's up next. And
what you need
mentioned,
to give
the black
me
fighter, the black fighter
listen,
right now is not up next.
Give me the timestamp.
I'm
and
on it,
link.
champ. Just hold it down for me.
In the meantime, we'll move on to what I think is a good fight, but I thought it was even better fight. I read this wrong. Aegis, right?
Mean Machine.
Yeah. But we got a Frenchman here. He got this down pack. How you say his name, Mitty?
Kavalaskas.
Nah, the first name is is Aegis, right? Or Aegis?
Oh.
Aegis.
Jesus. I don't know, man. Jesus. I don't know. He needs to come and tell us.
Isn't that a Brazilian?
No, isn't he Kazakhstanian?
No.
He's not Kazakhstanian?
No, he's like Eastern European for sure.
Yeah, he's Eastern European.
He's Lithuanian or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, the point is, when I first read this, Mario, I thought it was versus Amir Khan. I couldn't believe it. Yo, I thought that, bro, I thought that's who it was. It says Amir Iman, guys, but I thought it said Amir Khan, and I had already, like, I could already hear debates. Yes. Oh, yeah. Because I didn't know, like, who would, like, you and Mitty still think Amir could beat Mean Machine, or am I reaching and giving Mean Machine way too much credit for his loss in the Crawford fight? But, like, obviously he's fighting Amir Iman or negotiating or whatever the bullshit news is, because it's not Khan.
It's possible.
He should have been fighting Khan, bro. Khan versus Mean Machine is a real fight. I don't know that Khan can win that fight. I think Mean Machine can knock him out.
Yeah, I mean, like, he can knock him out. That's for sure. Like, you know, that's what everyone will think instantly when they're talking about Khan fight, right? So, you got to knock him out, right? But they're different fights, different fights than the Crawford fight, and Khan can trouble him with like different attributes, right? Like his speed, like usual, that's what he does, right? So I don't know. I think Khan can win that fight. So, but not a guaranteed fight. But it's not like a clear win for Kavalaskas.
And now, knowing that it's Amir Iman, before we move on to the next host, what about with Amir Iman? What do you think of that fight? Amir Iman, most known for being stopped by Granados and I think Ramirez
Jose
beat him too.
Ramirez.
Yeah, I think it's like, it's just a get back in the groove of things type of fight, right? Just get back in the W column. So, whereas like, like I said, like the American would not have been like a get back to the W for sure. It would have been like, hey, go in and get another tough fight. So I think, they're doing what's right for him, for his career and rebuilding before, have one or two softer touches and then go back with a big fight. So, yeah.
FYI, Amir Khan is in-house with Top Rank. But, Mario, what do you think? Give me your Amir Khan answer, and then obviously your thoughts on it being
Is Amir Khan with Top Rank?
No, Amir Khan. Amir Khan.
Oh, Iman. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say,
Khan.
American is Matchroom.
Listen, I don't see how I can pick Amir Khan at this point in his career against a guy at the top of the level. That said, I'd always give him a chance just because he's one of the most skilled offensive guys that we've had in the last probably 30 years. And he just puts everything together so beautifully, and his movement, everything's just in sync with this guy. You see him and you see everything that Linares could be offensively. That said, though, the problems with his defense. So I don't know. I don't even know who I'd pick yet. I really wouldn't. But we're talking about Amir Imam. And in this one, I got Mean Machine. I think that, Amir is a little battle tested at this point. I think he only got knocked out that once, or it was a TKO against Granados, because now that I look at it, there were 2-round decisions or 2 unanimous decision losses against Jose Ramirez and Javier Molina. But yeah, listen, that would be a great fight, though. I think it's a good fight. I think that Amir Imam, whether you got him as a dog, he's got to be a live dog in that fight. He has to be. He has the experience in that fight. So it should be a good one. And just so you know, if you finish the entire note there, I guess one of our phones it corrected Joette Gonzalez is who it's supposed to be, but it made it Joey Gonzalez. But Joette Gonzalez and Miguel Mariaga are to feature on the undercard, or possibly feature on the undercard. So, yeah, it's a pretty decent little fight card so far. Looks like ESPN's going to have this one, and something we can look forward to for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's a decent fight.
It's in the pre-pro nest. I don't know if you looked at the
I
pre-pro.
got it. It's a decent fight. I would definitely want to see Cav Velasquez back, man. So, whatever.
Yeah, I got Cav Velasquez.
Yeah.
He showed up.
Yeah, but outside of that, Amon has never shown durability. He's never shown that he could get in a dogfight and make it out of there. He always doesn't make it out of a dogfight. So. But going back to the Paulie comments, this is the audio. Shout out to Doomy. Let's see.
Discussion, because it's just going to create division. But if Devin is going to be the one to bring it up, I don't know if Devin got the memo, but it's no longer the time of the African American anymore in boxing. It's no longer the time of the African.
Well, give some context there. So he is what sounds like he's talking about Devin. Calling out Vasiliy and not getting that fight. And he's like, if Devin didn't get the email or the memo, it's no longer the time period of the African American fighter. Let's see.
American anymore in boxing. It's the Eastern European that has now become the dominant species in boxing. So I think saying something like that could actually be very dangerous. It's
Now, again, further context, this is actually in reference, this is a direct comment back to what Devin said when he said, I'll never let a white boy beat me. So he's saying that is dangerous at this time because Eastern Europeans are dominating boxing.
It shouldn't be about race, but if you're going to bring it to race, right now, there is no one better in boxing than Eastern Europeans. And last time I checked, they were white. So, it's.
Oh, Stonebone is saying it's not stemming from the audio. It's stemming from his comments on Instagram about George Floyd.
It's probably a bunch of stuff, but this is what's been told now. He probably does have other things that were told that were said, and a bunch of, they put it this way, that the house of cards is falling around Paulie right now based on the comments.
Well, there's definitely no need to play the audio, because if there's a bunch of stuff, I had no clue about the George Floyd stuff. I'm pretty sure Stonebone has that screenshot. If you could send it to me so I could give some context.
Maybe he can send that to us, because from what I read on Twitter and what I read in the story that they did, the press release, they directly referenced
Showtime
the IFL. No. I'm sorry, not the from the article that was from the source.
Dan
That's
Rainfield,
what they specifically said.
Dan Rainfield wrote a piece on this, and I was trying to find it directly because he had the actual clip posted on Boxing Scene, but I couldn't find it. It looks like he just didn't have it up there on the Twitter anymore. Anywho, that was the reason they gave the IFL interview. But if the commission,
that's the reason on that other article.
We'll definitely put it out there.
For sure.
You can keep playing it or not.
Yeah,
whether or not.
So 1 second,
on Boxing Scene, Keith Idec has it, and they do reference the YouTube channel.
Yeah, it was Keith Idec. That's who it was, Keith Idec.
So when did he make those George Floyd comments? Then
3
he must
months
have been
ago.
like, exactly. So.
Oh no, not the George Floyd. I don't know about the George Floyd. I'm talking about this.
Yeah, I've never heard the George Floyd stuff.
So I would assume that he would have made a tweet about George Floyd, like, when it was still hot, right? So. If they're making a decision of that late, that's a bit strange. Like, but that interview, there's enough there to just like, I don't understand what Paulie is saying there.
I know,
like,
you're right.
Well, you got to listen to it a little more, so maybe
I
want an opinion on it.
That's the first time I hear it, so I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and listen to the whole thing. But even some of the things that I've just heard right now, those are not like facts. Those are just opinion. And how can you say things like that?
Check this
out.
I don't know, man. Wow. Damn, man. The decision to eliminate Malignaggi from Showtime's broadcast team was made when Showtime wanted Malignaggi to apologize for what he said. Malignaggi did not think an actual apology was necessary.
Say what? I forgot about that. Keith had that in there. And he talked about the fact that, Showtime was, I don't know if they're willing to go to bat, but they just wanted him to save face as much as possible. And he didn't want to. And look, at the end of the day, I mean, I guess it's America. You can have your opinions. But, I mean, everything he said was just, like Mitty said, it was all opinion. And he was calling it like if it was fact. And I just have no sympathy for the situation. I mean, you got to understand, first and foremost, you got to read the room and the climate and what's going on. But second of all, you need to understand what you're saying can hurt people, and it's just not true. So why say it? Like he said, the thing that hit me was like, oh, Eastern Europeans are running this thing now. And it's like, they are? Like, I mean, you can point to some examples, but
it's more
like
the Eastern European is a more common boxer. I didn't know what he meant by that. He meant that there's more Eastern Europeans fighting. Like some of them is a little cryptic,
more dominant right now. Is kind of what he was trying to say.
He's saying that there's a lot of Eastern Europeans in boxing, and they're dominating right now. You got all your little Mazadovs and Gennadys and Kovalevs and all. Come on, but again, it's like Mario said. That's his opinion that he's trying to pass off as fact. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, 100%.
So I guess if you want to give it a little more play on what he was saying, just so people can get a better understanding, those who have not even heard this.
I want to check his Instagram and see did he come out and say something, because it says the article says he refused to comment to the journalists as well, so he didn't want to be a comment.
Probably got his lawyers on it.
Showtime hasn't commented either, and here's the thing: like they're gonna allow him to wait out his contract. They're gonna wait out his contract and keep him off air. It's the right decision. It's the right move if it's the only move. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I don't think he should have gone back on air. And I think it was always heading towards this way. So to say that it didn't happen quick enough, I definitely understand. And I feel you there. But at the same time, I feel like the writing was on the wall for a couple weeks now. I think anybody who's tuned into the Twitter world and the IG world, and where everybody kind of talks about things, the people that were in the know kind of led us to that reasoning. So that's the only thing I'll say about that. But it absolutely could have come quicker, in my opinion, especially if they already knew they were going to go that way.
Well, Don't know what else to say much about what's going on with Paulie, man. Pretty sure he has all that stuff with his lawyer. I don't even know what to say. Like I said, there's more stuff he said.
He posted on IG 9 hours ago, but it wasn't.
Nah, it was just him.
It was cryptic though. It was cryptic though. What you mean hitting mitts and stuff like that? Nah, it's just, you always letting shit go right past you, though. You a fake DARPA dude, yo. You know that? How you gonna say nah? It was nothing. It was just him hitting past. What the hell?
This is me. Listen, that's his usual.
4 years ago, look, this is him showing Espinoza his loyalty cryptically. Like, okay, this is him saying that. I'm gonna read it the way he said it, then I'll read it how I interpret it. 4 years ago today, this was me warming up before heading out to one of my last career fights. I fought then, quickly showered afterward, and came back out to commentate on the remaining fights of that night. Looking back, I actually did this a few times for both Showtime and Sky. Sometimes I can't believe the transition went so smoothly, even on the same night. You know what I mean? But what do you think that means?
No. I'm gonna take it like you said. It's something that's internal, and whoever's gonna read it internally was
because it's also the Showtime banner right there. You know, he just so happened to find that clip. You know,
no, you right.
And all the comments, you know, people are getting at him in the comments. You know,
yeah, some are hitting him with fire. Others are, you know, saying he's a good guy, but. Yeah. In the end, look, when you don't speak on things, you let the masses run wild with whatever you said, and whatever you said was heard. So you need to talk about it and explain yourself. If not,
I think he had a back and forth too, though. I think he had a back and forth with Steve Cunningham too, though. I seen something that Cunningham was saying. You know, Cunningham.
That was, I think, when it first happened, if I'm not mistaken.
Listen,
because I think I saw that on Twitter.
So, I don't know. To me, what sounds strange and what I don't understand anyone saying, whether you're
really
black,
so confused with this.
Yeah, no, whether you're black, white, or whatever, you can't say that like a time belongs to a certain race when it comes to sport. The time belongs to whoever is good. You know, if you're good, if you got the skills, you're the man. Now, like for someone to say that, you know, maybe he's saying that there's an agenda to push certain type of fighters, and we know that maybe it exists, but we don't have to accept it and say, yeah, that's fine, you know, because it's the time to push like the Eastern European, let's go with it. No, you have to stand against that and say, what is going on? We have to stand for the fighters who has the skill regardless of his color, right? So, and him not like apologizing for a statement, I understand that, you know, whenever you think you're right about something, you haven't done anything wrong, you want to just like stand behind your words. But when, you know, you can see that you've made a mistake in your words or your choice of word, and just come out, maybe apologize first of all, because people understood that. But also if you want to explain your stance even further and clarify something that you've said, because people just pick certain words from a live interview or something like that and just categorize you as a racist or whatever. I can't do that with Paulie. I don't know if he's a racist, and I'll be surprised if he is. However, he can come and explain himself about the situation and say, hey, I meant this and I spoke about this in this context and all those things. But what I said is not right, because there's no time for one race to be better than others when it comes to sport or in general. You just let your skills do the talking, man. You know, I don't understand what he was trying to address there, you know.
Yeah, man. The only thing is, I'm shocked, bro. I know Paulie personally. I'm so shocked that he didn't want to comment on the article and refused to.
He never came off as racist to me, you know. Like,
he has to comment. He has to comment.
He should have apologized, though.
It's like Wilder not coming out and talking about all this shit going on. Everybody's going crazy with it.
Apologizing is not an ego thing. Like sometimes you say, hey, you know what? I meant something that I can explain. Maybe I don't know how he can explain it, to be honest, right? But come and do that. But at the same time, you have to apologize when you're in the wrong. And when you're in the wrong is maybe when you said something that can be interpreted incorrectly, then you have to apologize for your poor choices of words. And there's no like ego in that thing. Like, if that's what we get to, then we're stupid, like not apologizing for hurting people or just like, making comments that are not like well supported or have no basis. If you can't do that, who the hell are you, man? Like, so I don't know.
Yeah, you're looking bad out here, man. Got to talk
Yeah,
on it, but I can't even
listen,
tell him.
I can't call him a racist.
Yeah,
though. Like, I don't know.
never got that from Paulie. Never came off like that. You just never know anybody. I don't know him personally, but he never came off like that, man.
This is I haven't read it because I want y'all to see it, so I'm sending it to y'all. But let's open up the phone lines. I mean, actually, I don't want to open the phone. I want you to read this because this is gonna extend this conversation.
All right, whenever you want, I will.
I sent it. You didn't get it?
Whenever you want me to read it.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. You want to read it? I'll go for it.
Yeah. No systematic racism, and if you see the whole scope of police corruption that does exist, and that we all are victimized by it, in parentheses, check the stats instead of falling for the news brainwash where they only discuss it when the victim is black, parentheses. Then fighting and protesting against it might gain more traction because you'll have people from all walks of life agreeing and jumping on board. When you try to corner the corruption as just anti-black, that's a great way of deflecting from the truth and losing support. Don't be a sheep being herded by your news media. Racism exists in individual cases from all sides, including many black people in this country being anti-white. But on a systematic level, it is just not there. This isn't the 1800s. There is a problem with much of the law enforcement in this country. There you will get me to agree. And I don't know who this person was.
That's Malignaggi. That's his screenshot of his comment.
Oh, okay. That was what Paulie Malignaggi.
It's him explaining himself and his stance, right? So, what is that the full article, or you still got some more?
No, that's his comment. He was
that was part of
I'm pretty sure. No, this is not part of the interview.
It's a comment. He's saying. So it's a comment. So let me say like where I think personally where is right and is wrong, right? He's right in saying that racism doesn't come just from one side, right? So there's all type of racism. I've seen it like, where, black people can be racist. I've seen it where white people are racist, but I've seen it more, to be honest, like because it was towards me when white people were racist. So I could open my eyes to it and say, yo, what's going on, right? But where I think is seriously wrong is where he thinks that there's no systematic racism, and I believe it's there. It's there in corporations. It's there in establishments. It's there in politics. Is there, but it's not there just towards one race, though. It's there towards minorities in general, like whether it's like Latinos, black, or even like Italian. I'm sure like Paulie must have suffered from racism, being like an Italian kid or kids from immigration, right? So, that's what. I think about it. I think it's wrong when it feels like there's no systematic racism, and we've gone away from that because it's not the 80s or the 60s anymore. And it has been there, and I think it will be there, in my personal opinion, in any society. There's like, the people at the top create system to oppress the minorities, and that's where it is.
You know what I think sometimes? Sometimes I think that people are so detached from this because they haven't experienced it. I don't think he understands fully. And I don't know the history or much about what the Italian people have been through in that scope, but we all know what it is, man.
Yo, where was that? What was that clip from?
What clip? The comment?
The one. The comment. Yeah, the comment. Where was it?
Right? It was a screenshot of his comment. I want to believe, because like I said, I remember him going back and forth with USS Cunningham. I'm trying to go through Steve's page to see where it was, because like I remember I follow Cunningham, so he had like a week where he had every day was to get at Paulie. Stonebone said, yeah, it's from him arguing on IG, but I don't know with who.
Arguing on IG? Okay.
Oh, with lots of fans. Arguing on his IG with lots of fans.
Well, I seen that he put, about a few parts of this just on Twitter, and it's still there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but it's from 2016. I mean, that doesn't make a difference because it's how he felt. But at the end of the day, I mean, oh, guys, damn it.
Chin. Canelita hit you with the uppercut. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I heard some stuff in that interview, and it was like he was like all over the place, kind of like what Mitty was saying, and you just, I don't know if that was an interview that was like he knew was going on. Like it just seemed like he was talking sometimes like he wasn't aware of what's going on. I mean, not that it doesn't matter.
What you read?
Not that yeah, like the interview where he was at, like
what interview? What are you talking about, bro?
The IFL interview. Follow me.
Damn, Doomy, what's up with you, man?
What you saying now, champ? Without letting me fully finish, you just jump in every time and try to just hit me with
because how you gonna say did he not know he was being interviewed by IFL?
No, what I'm not saying, the clip where you play it, when I heard it, since you haven't even heard it, so you're just laughing for no reason. When I heard the clip, he was talking like he wasn't, like he didn't know he was on camera. He was like, you talk about this right now, you'll get in trouble. Like, did we catch Paulie like they caught Trump? You know what I'm saying? Locker room talk, like
they catch Paulie out of bed, man. He just came out of bed.
I never heard none of this crap come out of Paulie's mouth. So I don't know if we're seeing the true Paulie or what it is. You know what I'm saying? But again,
I don't know,
again, I can't speak to that because I don't even know Paulie that personally. You know what I mean? But from what I've seen in the time I've been in boxing,
people saying that those comments are a week or two ago. But listen, man, Showtime. I wanted to read it. I mean, I wanted to talk about this to give, maybe Stonebone don't agree with me, but I'm gonna give Fred his credit. Fred was campaigning for this. Like he was doing shows. Heavy. He was doing shows. He was posting. He was
Fred be chasing Golden Boy were employees
in Home Depot.
I seen him run down on cats.
That guy.
That's Ramiro. That's Ramiro. He ran down on Ramiro in Home Depot. But yeah, this was. I feel like this was Fred's work, bro. He was on this every day. So yeah, and Steve Cunningham too, man. Steve Cunningham was like he was on Paulie. I remember. I just don't know how long ago because I lose a sense of time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need dates. That's why I put everything in the calendar. Like, every day is Friday for me because I work from home. So it's like, what the hell? I don't remember the weekends. Unless I'm on vacation. But yeah, let's open up the phone lines, bro. Let's get this thing.
Yeah, let's see how the callers feel about all this.
Yeah. It's a lot to unpack, guys. Somebody want to run down the topics real quick? Just, Mario's gone. But Doomy, you just want to...
Yeah,
because it's a lot to unpack, and we about to get to callers.
I'll try to give him my best Hot Wheels version of it. All right. So you got Spence-Garcia pay-per-view Fox. It's announced already. You got August 8th telecast featuring Jamal James against Thomas Dulorme. Might happen. 12-round bout for vacant WBA interim welterweight title. That's already official, right? And August, I guess we got a Connecticut card. Tramaine replaces.
Yes, that's a Mohegan Sun. Showtime's back.
That's right, baby. And Tramaine Williams replaced Fulton, and the guy that he was supposed to be fighting, which was it Aleem? He's now fighting another guy named Marcus Bates, and that's the card for Connecticut. Joe George versus Marcos Escudero is the last one, and that's a 10-round fight for light heavyweights. You got Mr. Rungvisai versus Ruenroeng. I know Mitty's much better than me on these names, but they'll be fighting in Thailand. Obviously, we don't even know how we'll get that fight. My Coppinger says that Lomachenko-Lopez fight might be in Jeopardy. They offered Lopez $1.2 million, and Vasiliy Lomachenko $3.25 million. Is it enough for Teo? We might have agreed that it wasn't enough. And Brent. And August 1st, Brentwood, Essex, England, Coach Mitty put us down on all the fighters in the breakfast card. Sam Eggington versus Ted Cheeseman. And we also have James Tennyson versus Gavin Gwynn. Jordan Gill versus Reese Bellotti. That's a 10-round fight. Fabio Worley, which is a heavyweight. Coach Mitty's big on him, so we're going to be looking him out. Round 10, 10-round fight. And we have Dalton Smith versus Nathan Bennett. According to Mitty, Nathan Bennett's there to lose. So if you're betting some money, go with Dalton Smith, and that's for lightweights. And Paulie Malignaggi was the last topic we discussed. Obviously, well, not the last one because we just got involved more with it because we did speak about crab and lobsters, which is Egidius Kavalaskas versus Amir Imam, possible for 12th of September. And Joet Gonzalez versus Miguel Mariaga to feature on the undercard. So that's what we touched on. Let's go, champ.
Yo, and just quick one. If you want to make your picks, I'll be recording your picks. So make it clear and just try to pick for every single fight, right? Just don't pick for one or two. If you're picking for every fight.
Coach Mitty from across the pond holding all your picks accountable for the breakfast card. So choose wisely. Supermax on the super chat says, Doomy, listen to Paulie's podcast. This is nothing new. He's always had these types of opinions. Shout out to Super. Always keeping us informed. You see, man? So Paulie's been with this whole, I don't know what you want to call it, a hoax, a folk tale, whatever the hell he's saying. Yeah, I guess he says it a lot. But, I hope to hear more about what the hell's going on in his head when he comes on and speaks on it. That's for sure. But, if you're...
Yeah, I doubt he's going to.
If you live in the darkness, it always comes into the light, man. So I'll leave it at that. But Skipper, up to you.
Oh wow! No, I just was reading Supermax because I was reading some other stuff here. But yeah, let's go out to the sponsors and hit these phone calls.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Alrighty then. Let's see here. They said we missed Max Super Chat. Let me see. 256 minus 64 equals
96. No, 196.
that wasn't the same dude, though. Come on.
Christopher what is that? Serenas?
Yeah. Cernas. Holla at Chris, man.
Yo, that's got to be Spanish. Come on, man. That's not Cernas?
That's Cernas. That's my man Chris, bro.
He says, shout out to Mitty. Oh, you said this one already. For the info on these fighters. And then you got to the last one, which is Supermax. Let me just give a quick refresh. But yeah, let's go to looking like a ringer status 704. What it do? Josh, what's going on, North Carolina?
What it do, TBV? What's good with y'all?
Chillin'.
Chill.
Hey, man. Good show. Shout out to Showtime for finally waking the hell up. Paulie, he been on this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's sad it took him to say something racist, but for them to fire him. But to be honest with you, he should have been gone back after the first Fury Wilder fight, just for the simple fact. Like, I understand, like, you know, you might have your opinion, but on a fight, but you gotta think about, like, the simple fact that's a in-house fighter. You know, you don't hear Andre Ward or Bradley sitting there talking bad about an ESPN fighter or like Crawford or Fury. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, this Ben should have happened a long time ago. I want to talk about Gary Russell yesterday. I think I don't know if y'all said it because I was going in and out because I was at work, but the real question about Gary Russell is what did he do to Al Heyman? Because there's no way this dude should just be fighting one time a year. Like, there's something up with that, man. He did something to Al Heyman, and Al got him being like he is now, man, because it's just weird, bro. It's really weird.
No,
but
that's the easy.
Salute to y'all.
I think that's the easy answer because if you think, I think that's the easy answer because if you think about it, if he really did something to Al would just cut him. Remember, Al Darrell left Al for a little bit. He thought he was going to be able to do his own
Yeah.
thing. People have left Al. So, I don't know. If he would have done something to Al, I think if you do something to me, I ain't about to let you eat.
That's true, man. It's not. Well, that's true too. But Al might have a little soft spot. But at the same time, like Al could just be like, he can kill him with kindness. Like, I'm gonna let you fight. It's gonna be one time a year. You know what I'm saying? Because Al got that pull. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And then they make a lot of money at
Yeah, but if that was the
PBC.
case, also, if that was the case, Gary, as outspoken as he is, he would have been out here like, man, Al holding me back. Al holding me back. I want to fight more than once. He ain't saying nothing.
Hey, but Ness, they said it's a clause in their contract, man, where they sound like an NDA. They can't speak out bad against Al or anything. Ain't that true? Or
Man,
I heard that.
I never heard no shit like that. You know what I heard?
Yeah, they got stuff like that.
But you know what I heard? He don't got paper with most of them dudes. They ain't no paper, man.
Damn.
Yeah, it's just it's a trust thing.
From that Golden Boy, from when they got released from Golden Boy, that's how like that. Because there was a lot of fighters that got released from Golden Boy because on Oscar behalf, and then Al took all them fighters. You think that when you talking about the papers, like that could that be a part of it?
I'm just saying, man, I've spoken to Al Haymon fighters that are just with Al. They ain't signed to Al. It's just a working relationship. Like, I know.
Yeah.
It's like you know what I'm saying? You work at a tire shop or something, and I'm telling Doomy or anybody I know I could get tires because I know you and I know you gonna hook it up. Not that you about to steal them, that you gonna hook up that price. You feel me? Like, it's a working relationship with some of these dudes. Not everybody that I've spoken to or interviewed tell me, yeah, I got a contract. You know what I hear physically, what I've heard for almost 10 years? I never met Al. I talked to Sylvia. I talked to Sam. I talked to the Watsons. He's called me once when I first signed, but I talked to Sylvia or I talked to Sam. So, if that's changed, okay, update me. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that doesn't mean that he ain't got paper in some filing cabinet. I'm just saying, I've heard it ain't no paper, though. That being said, the number to call in is 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. And it's the number right on top of the overlay. Right there. For those that keep asking, it's right there. Starts with that big fat 1. We're going out to Boston. Jared, what up?
Cheer.
Just listening. Dang, he worked late nights, champ. Shout
Yo,
out to you.
yo, what's going on? I'm right here.
What's good?
What's up? Yo, real quick. Yo, the timing of this Paulie Malignaggi shit is ironic. I don't know if y'all have seen the trailers for that documentary that's coming on HBO, the Yusuf Hawkins documentary.
Nah, I don't even know who that is.
It's called Storm Over Brooklyn. So Yusuf Hawkins was a cat from a neighborhood in Brooklyn. He was from Bed-Stuy. And he went over to a different neighborhood called Bensonhurst to buy a car. Bensonhurst is the neighborhood that Paulie Malignaggi is from.
Oh, yes, I did hear this.
Bensonhurst is primarily Sicilian, Italian, real racist part of town. Anyway, long story short, the documentary is about race relations in Brooklyn. So I'm a guy that believes that you are by and large a product of your environment. So I'm not saying that Paulie's racist. I'm just saying he grew up around a lot of racist people. So if you're looking to gain some kind of insight into what shaped Paulie Malignaggi and who he is, I would say check the documentary out. It's an interesting story. It's definitely an interesting story. So that's it.
Yeah, definitely would like to check that out.
It's crazy. It's crazy because if you think
what is
about
it called again, Boston Jared?
It's called. Hold on. I'm walking this dog. Storm Over Brooklyn. It's coming on HBO. I think August.
Over Brooklyn. Yo, what kind of dog you walking?
He a pit. Unless you live in PG County, Maryland, he's a mixed breed, but he a pit.
Okay.
Listen, and
shout out to you, Chin.
And real quick, I want to say this. Like, he made the point, Paulie did, about checking the numbers and check the facts and let the numbers speak for themselves in terms of, what they look like in terms of police brutality. First of all, that's the oldest, dumbest thing in the book to say. Everybody knows the numbers are going to be inflated because minorities are exactly that, minorities. But look at the percentage of the people being harassed versus the population. And that's when the numbers don't really add up. And that's when the numbers are really taken out of context. So for him to say that, oh, it's liberal media and this, and don't get me wrong, the media definitely is not, great all the time. But at the end of the day, he's doing the same thing, trying to say that the numbers suggest this when you're taking them out of context. The same thing you're accusing the other side of doing. So it's just bullshit.
Yo, greatness, Harlem.
Chee.
Trey in the Bay. Oh, greatness is ready. All right, Trey in the Bay, you up?
Hello?
Yep.
I said, yeah, it's common. He did the common, the casual thing, like when Tamir Rice got killed by the police officer, the 12-year-old little boy, and they plastered his dad's criminal record all over the media, shit like that. He was doing that type of stuff, The dude gets shot in the back, running away with a pack of Swishers in his hand that he stole from the store, and they be like, oh, he shouldn't have been stealing. It's like, no, he shouldn't have been stealing, but you shouldn't have shot him in the back. You know what I'm saying? He does all that type of shit, man. He does all that type of shit. Like, oh, but if he wouldn't have stolen cigars, he wouldn't have got shot in the back. I mean, well, if people just didn't shoot people in the back, right? Mario, you in Texas. Somebody rob you and run away. You can't shoot him in the back, dog. You going to jail, right? Okay. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so anyway, Mitty, back to the 256 minus 64, because you obviously can't count. I'm saying, why get a dude with 256 losses when you could get a dude with 64? That's what I was trying to say. So you made my point earlier. I was like, it's got to be some dudes with less losses, like 256, dog. I was just saying that was over the top, and you just kept trying to explain it.
Wait. There's a dude with 256 losses?
That's what I was trying to tell y'all yesterday, but nobody was listening to me. And Minnie tried to explain it, and I'm like, but you couldn't have got the dude with 35 losses, 55 losses.
They're different.
But Mitty.
So
what's
Trey,
his name?
Trey,
What's his name, Trey? I want to look him up.
There's loads of them. There are loads of them. There's not just one. There's loads of them. 100, 180 losses and stuff like that.
Yeah, but Mitty, 260 something that's excessive.
Listen. Like,
what's his name, Trey?
It's like, well, Paulie Buckley, I think. Paul Buckley or something like that.
Who'd he fight?
No.
Well, if Mitty would stop getting his feelings, I'd be able to tell you. Kell Brook. He's like Kell Brook first fight. All I was saying was, you dudes be trying to talk about Wilder's resume. Y'all talked about Wilder's resume like he was just trash. And then when I found out that y'all fighting dudes that's got 256 losses, and then y'all trying to make that sound better than what Wilder had going on, I'm like, yo, y'all hypocrites, dog. That's all. I was just calling out.
Trey, Peter Buckley doesn't have 206.
Click it. Click his name. Click his name. Keep going. Click his name. Keep going.
Hold on, I got you.
Wow, yo, when you look at it from the Kell Brook record, she's right. It's like 100 and something. You click, my man. Bruh, but yo,
because he fought after.
Yeah, but he retired. He retired.
No,
oh my God.
He was fighting
every week. He literally, that's literally his job.
Week. That's what I'm telling you. You guys don't understand.
No, you're right. Mitty, hold on. You don't got to defend. Let me tell you, when you was explaining to us, I interpreted it as sarcasm. Like, not sarcasm, but like exaggeration. Like, oh, he fights every week. Like, guys, he literally fought every week. Like, look,
I go to those
October
shows.
5th.
That's Mitty's favorite.
No, but let me give them some facts, because coming from you, they don't believe. He literally fought, look, October 5th, October 12th, 24th, and 31st. I'm about to say 37. What the hell? Holy shit, but that is, like, very active. Wow.
Listen, Ness, some of them fight twice a week. I'm not joking with you. Like, some of them fight twice a week.
Dude, this guy fought twice in 1 week. He fought he fought September 12th and the 19th.
Damn.
And this is what they do. They just go.
That's a tough life.
So you saying this is he don't got a morning job? Like he's just
He has a morning. Listen, this is a painter and decorator, something like that. That's the kind of or postman, whatever. They get a phone call on the day. Sometimes they get a phone call on the day. How far are you? Can you come? Some guy just pulled out on us. Can you just do that? Boom. They go there. How much you gonna give me? And then
Trey, you there?
He should be. Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Go for it.
I said he should have been ready if he just fought 2 days ago, right?
but that's what they say. That's what they say. They call them stay ready, have gloves, will travel. That's how they call them.
Yo, but this dude ain't no slouch, yo.
Ain't no slouch.
Listen. No, Trey. You talk numbers. Listen, my man got, what's the total number of fights? Because his box rate got me doing algebra.
Bro, he got you doing quadratic equations.
Some of them with like 30 fights a year.
I think this guy has 300. No, he's got 288 plus another 12. Jesus, this guy might have 300 fights.
Listen, let me tell you, there's a lot of people in the chat looking for the name.
300 fights.
There's many of them.
But 300 fights and you only got stopped 10 times. That's crazy.
That's a hell of a. That's
a ratio, bro. That's crazy.
Please,
yo, listen to me. Listen to me. No, Mitty, stop. I got this. My man got 300 fights, only been stopped 10 times, and his own knockout percentage is 2%.
Okay, so let me tell you.
Holy shit!
Ness, let me explain that to you, right? The kid, Dalton Smith, right? Dalton Smith is going up in his resume. He's got a guy that's got close to 200 fights, right?
Yeah.
And he's only been stopped 4 times. So whenever you judge to be a very decent prospect, they'll tell you, listen, he's good because we know that he stopped that guy. Out of 200, only 4 of those stopped him. And we can judge him. Like, that's our next prospect. That's the guy that can stop guys that don't get stopped.
Wow.
You know, that's how it works, basically.
Bruh, his second fight. Why would you do that to a kid? In his second fight, you put him in there with a dude with 200 fights? That don't even make sense.
They usually their first fight. And one thing, like, it's
why
an
the first one?
It's an unspoken rule. It's an unspoken rule. Those guys aren't coming to win. You know that, hey, the guy is coming to give you the experience. He's not coming to win or to beat you. If he has beaten you, he didn't mean it. He threw a punch too hard. You know what I mean?
What the hell?
Yeah. Listen, hey, if he upsets the promoter, he's not getting a call back next week. That's how it works, my man.
Damn.
Well, let me go here to CYP, California.
You know what? The crazy part is y'all still making an explanation for this shit. Like, there's no explanation for a dude with that many fights and that many losses. For one, he doesn't fight 12 rounders. So not getting knocked out in 4, 6, 8 rounds ain't that damn impressive. Because a lot of cats got knocked out in the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th in their careers. If you take those rounds away, a whole bunch of dudes don't get knocked out. Stop it, man. I don't want to even go into that. Truth of the matter is, Idris, he bitch made with a switchblade. I'm something like an AK. Knocking down Twin Towers. Fury and AJ. Y'all don't really want them bars. I'm telling you right now. He didn't want them bars because my bars are legendary. Knocking them down. It's cool. You can have the boxing bars, but the undisputed franchise champion, no rules, no holds bars will always be CYP. If y'all want me, I'm in the back channel. I'm out.
Let's go, champ.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from the Magnolia.
Vamos, campeón.
NL just listening. Natural Wiz. Natural Wiz just listening. Sony.
Hey, what's up, Ness?
What up?
Nothing much, chilling. Damn, I love the flagship show. So let me see how many of the topics I can get through. The Teofimo. I hope he get his money. I think to offer Loma that much money and to offer Teo, I don't think it's short money. I don't think it's that, but I do think they need to bring him a little bit more bread to make that fight legit. Mitty, good looking out on the fight card on the UK. Still not a fan of that whole Eddie Hearn, Django shit. That's just my opinion. Excuse my language. But I might watch it. I ain't even gonna lie. And shout out to G Trey for that box rack on dude. I was like, whoa, yo. But yo, that's all I could. Yo. And as far as the other topics, the Spence fight, or what did you guys talk about in the Spence and Garcia? I think was the first topic.
No, Spence-Garcia announced,
it's announced
full 2020
for November.
schedule. Yeah.
Okay, do they got a? Do we know what's gonna be the undercard?
Nah,
not yet.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all I got for you guys tonight. Much love on the flagship show. Wish I could have went 3 minutes, but not going to happen tonight. Much love.
Cheers.
Yo, no one is.
Peace, commish.
Nobody is making picks, right?
I know they didn't make no.
I think
picks.
everybody's like satisfied going A side this week.
Yeah, they can just if they say A side, I'll just copy and paste A side all the way through.
Exactly. It's been so long since we made pick'ems and got into Crow.
Yeah, man. Top Rank stole our schedule, man. The consistency is a little bit confusing for people. But let me get to Steve in Chicago. What up?
What's up?
What's going on?
Oh, not much. Yeah, as far as the picks, I'm not really gonna pick. He wants picks on everything, and I'm not educated on all these fighters to pick like that. So I'm just gonna skip that. I don't know. There's not much as far as the Spence-Garcia. That's something good to look forward to. I don't know, man. I'm still laughing. Trey made my night with that. I'm still not. I don't want to entertain the conversation, though, but I can't believe you try to defend that. But whatever, man. To each his own. I hear you. Yeah, that's all I got, man. I think I'm good.
All right.
Let's go, champ.
Yeah, I mean, look, I hear you guys. You know what I mean? I haven't seen a dude fight, so I don't know how durable he is. But numbers don't lie. I mean, his knockout percentage is 2%, and he's only been knocked out 10 times. 4 rounds or not. Like, the guys that we watch in 4 rounds getting knockouts, I damn sure see Jared Anderson getting knockouts. So... if you could knock somebody out in 4 rounds, believe me, you would be getting them out of there.
We got Big Super Mex. Go ahead.
You got it.
All right, Big Super Max Rodriguez with the super chat. He says, Spence DSG in November. They are aiming for November for Bud. Also, that's not coincidence. If it goes right, first quarter of 2021, Spence Crawford Mextradamus has spoken.
Stone Bone Boxel.
Yo. Hey, Mextradamus, you off by 1 fight. The fight after Danny for Earl, what I'm hearing is Keith Thurman, and then we looking at Bud for the end of 2021. So you got Danny, and then Keith going to sneak back in. That's courtesy of Intrigue, but that's what I've been hearing through the grapevine, too. Earl next fight is Keith Thurman, and then they're going to talk.
If you wouldn't have said that was Intrigue, I was almost about to run with it.
Hey, no, I'm not. No, I'm not saying that came from Intrigue, but that's his mindset.
Oh.
And from the people I've been hearing, Keith Thurman, or after Danny Garcia, Earl will be fighting Keith Thurman. That's his next.
I'm gonna be real. I could see that happening only because it's like if you Al, you kind of owe Keith. You don't owe Keith nothing because you made him rich, but you kind of owe Keith. He was your guy that did all the everything, and now he wants to get back in the mix. And it's only right. But
I'm
I
hearing
guess
what I'm hearing that it's not that he owe Keith, but he respect Keith, and Manny's not gonna take the fight. And the next biggest name, really, Keith is bigger fight for him than Danny, but Keith coming off the loss right now won't be the lineup. Hey, but Ness, I'm gonna take you. I got the bread. I'm gonna take you to UK. You fight once a week. We get you 20-0. You can beat a David Price, and then fuck it, hey, go take a dive for AJ. Get $1.5 million. We split it. I put the money up. I got you.
But if they put me in there with a dude with 256 losses, man, he got more experience than me.
Man, we eating, Ness. I'll slip something in your water bottle, man. Whatever I need to do. Hey, it's the UK. I can wrap your hands.
Bruh,
however we want.
They got Fabio fighting Vasiliy right now.
Yeah. Man, you gotta stay in the gym, man. You probably could get you $100,000 to take a dive from one of these people.
Bruh.
Hey, real quick though, Ness, about the Paulie thing. About the Paulie thing, Ness, there's been a very consistent pattern of when the police kill somebody, Paulie is on IG arguing. He argued about when the police shot the other guy. He called George Floyd a criminal. He said he was a criminal. He had a fake 20. And you can go through some of the black media who were screenshotting his arguments, and it shows the pattern where he talking about he was a criminal. I'm not saying he deserved to die, but he a criminal. He shouldn't have resisted. It was just a pattern that when you got Steven Espinoza wearing Free Meat Meal shirts and Black Lives Matter shirts, those two things can't coexist together. It's either you support black people trying to figure out what's going on with us being disproportionately killed. And Mario, I want to thank you for bringing out the stats. That's just like me saying to you that, hey, 10 white guys walked down the street and one of them got arrested. Then 10 black guys walked down the street and 6 of them got arrested. But when you got 59% of the population as white and then 14, 15, 16% is black, you got to understand. And also as a businessman, talking to my Latino brothers and my Mexican brothers, the PPE loans, more than 82% of it went to white business owners. Mexicans and blacks are 62% of new business owners open, and they didn't get the PPE loans to help them maintain their businesses, while these white businesses who are even Top Rank got loan from the government to keep doing business during COVID. So you got to understand what black and brown businesses are going through. When you say it ain't systematic, well, why do 82% of $500 billion go to white businesses when 62% of the new small businesses that are open are black and brown? The math makes no sense. How do they get $452 billion while $60 billion went to black and brown people and $100 billion ain't even spent yet? If that ain't systematic, I don't know what is. If not, do your math. If not, you need to be fired from your job because you can't do math. Sorry, Paulie.
Champ.
And
that's what I'm talking
about.
Yo, that was a call.
That's the facts.
TJ, actually, we got a few super chats, but TJ, what up? TJ, just listening?
In between, if that's what's the case, I'll read a super chat from Intrigue the Incredible. Says Spence versus Thurman's next after Garcia had been saying that. All right, Super Mex. If Stone Bones fight, that's a murderer's row. Porter, DSG, Thurman, Crawford. Can't no one hate on Earl after that. If he goes 4-0, he's pound for pound numero uno. No? Question marks?
Yo, Porter, DSG, Thurman, Crawford in a row. And you could throw Mikey's name in there?
Yeah.
Yo, that might be one of the greatest welterweight runs of all time.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I mean, I don't know who else
He would have to beat those fighters in that.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
That would be impressive. I mean, and
guess
what?
That would be one of the greatest welterweight runs
Guess
of all
what?
time.
You got to put him 5-0 because if he made it that far, Pacquiao's definitely falling on that sword. He got to fight him. There's no way.
Yeah.
The fight makes sense.
The only way he doesn't fight him is if he runs from the sport.
No, he will. Because listen, Pacquiao wants money. Pacquiao wants money. So if Earl goes and fights Danny, Thurman, and Crawford, and somehow Pacquiao was getting away with just like defending his WBA, waiting, Bro, that's the last fight. It's his retirement fight. He would understand that. His handlers would understand it. It would be worth the pay-per-view money for him to pass the torch respectively.
Super Max with another super chat. Hadouken! Comes in saying Earl showing Bud how the big fish eats. Shark emoji.
Damn. We got a cash app from Sony that says Counterpunch. What up, Sony?
Hey, yo, can you hear me?
We do.
Hey, yo, one more thing I wanted to say, man. I'm so disappointed in Paulie. You know, there was like rumors of him making comments like this back in the past, but because of his appearance on TBV, I kind of like forced myself to give him a second chance because I feel like, you know, he was like a voice in boxing that like gave you like a what you call it, like a color commentator point of view, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? But to make comments like that, bruh, it's like you don't know what world you're living in. It's like he's living in another world. I don't know if that comes from too many punches to the head or what is it, you know, but that was like so off cue, so disappointed in Paulie, but much love TBV, good show.
Damn. I'm with you. That damn wasn't part of that expression. That damn was reading a comment. But I'm with you on that because, yo, Paulie,
it's a fail for Paulie.
Paulie never treated me like I met him. And you know, that's how racism is, though. It's never in your face until it's, you know, recorded on camera. But, yo, he treated me always good. And, you know, man, that's just weird as fuck. Not weird, especially when
surprising.
Y'all say, it's surprising to me because, you know, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
I was
listen,
saying,
I told you the
I
story.
don't know, man.
Wait, hold
Go
on. I was saying, whoa to Ryan. He's our Patreon. He said Buckley still beats Maurice Lee. That is funny. I wonder, because Maurice Lee actually looks decent while working out. And, you know, then you speak to him and it's like, whoa, is he good? But, yeah, man.
Yo, damn, I forgot what I was going to say. It's all good.
My bad. That happens to me too, bro. That's why sometimes you got to cut people off, man.
But I will go to the super chat real quick from Intrigue. He says, it's common sense Thurman got the best numbers out of all welterweights besides Manny. Period. No way Crawford fight Spence before Thurman.
No way Crawford fights Spence before Thurman. Yeah, it's probably true.
Check Skype chat.
Yeah, Thurman's going to go first. Sarcastic sarcasm. Y'all work too hard. Go to sleep. It's Shannon on tomorrow.
Yeah, we see the cannon on.
Nah, man. I hope. Honestly, who said that? Sarcastic. Sorry.
Combo breaker.
Sarcastic sarcasm. I'm actually hoping that we could keep the pace, man. Keep the pace. You know what I mean? And make up for lost ground. Looks like James Benitez, you say you just listening, right? If not, he dropped off. Izzy, what up?
Izzy.
Hey, what up? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, champ. You don't got the flip phone right now. I know that.
Man, I'm on his old phone. I don't even have a reception. I just have Wi-Fi, so I can't. If I'm out of the house,
you sound good now.
I thought like you had.
Yeah, you sound good.
It doesn't sound at all
good.
like before.
Well, I needed to know if I sounded good because I thought I was going to be battling on Saturday, but it sounds like you're pulling your battler out on me.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah,
who pulled
man.
out?
We pulling out like you pulled out.
I need to hear it, man. I need to hear it from you because Sony's trying to.
Yeah, we pulling out like you pulled out.
I never pulled out.
Oh, you didn't pull out the eliminator?
No, we never signed anything. This is already on the works.
You ain't never pull out that Mario rematch for Koffgate? Did you try to get a technicality win on?
That was Mario. That wasn't a rematch. That was our only battle. We battled once. I don't know what you're talking about, the rematch.
You were supposed to rematch him because of Koffgate, because you was making excuses about Koffgate, remember? And then you decided to retire instead of rematching.
Oh, whatever you want to say. So your battler that I've been preparing for all week I got.
Yeah, man.
I got.
Nah, you got to have a good promoter that can always get you a fight. Like, I can get my guys a fight. Why does JP fight a dude that's retired, not ranked? I could give him a title shot. Okay? I got the belt. I got all the A-side fighters. I got the top.
The rankings. I didn't go anywhere. I'm still ranked. I'm still top 5, I think.
Yo.
They can't bring me. Y'all can't bring me down as hard as you've tried. You try to bring me down. I'm still up top.
Bro.
I'm still in the top half, and I ain't even wrapped.
Bro.
Want me? I'm the people champ. I'm the rating champ. I'm the chat champ. They want me. I was the main. I haven't wrapped in a month. They want, and I was the main event.
I don't know
and
if
you
I'm talking to you or CYP right now.
I've won battles.
You're the main. Oh, shots fired. You're the main event here. You're the main event there. But you duck Mario everywhere. And when King Amin was with ECP, you went missing to the Ozark for 3 weeks. Tell your promoter to get you a fight and build your name back up.
Why did you agree to this fight if you're going to pull your battler out a day and a half ahead of time, man?
Oh, that's the misconception there, bro. I never agreed. I always said no. The thing is, people like to say what they want. I never agreed. Honestly, dog. I never said that.
I believed you. I'm not gonna say
I
fault you.
told Sony almost 7 days ago that my guys wasn't fighting. I told them that. That was the extent of the conversation. My guy's not fighting.
See, I didn't know that.
But
I did not know that.
They didn't believe me. They trying to do their own thing, and that's cool. I want to see y'all do it. We're here. We're here to participate. I want to see you get back in the rankings without us, though. Go fight Natural Wiz. Oh, that's right.
Go away. Go back to the docks where you belong.
That's right. Natural Wiz is 0-0. Go fight. Who else you got over there in y'all stable? Tell me.
Why am I fighting a dude in my own stable when you got 6 or 7 dudes over there? I don't get why you're.
I don't know. Ask Top Rank. Ask Top Rank. Why they making Teofimo versus Vasiliy?
You suck.
Come on, champ. You can't do this with me. This is what I do. Boxing.
All right. I'll let you go.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yo, listen. We got the champ. He's from the UK, right? So we could easily do Mario's rematch. That's easy. We were
remember, he's
flirting.
from the UK. Give him someone with like 200 losses, man. That's what
we were trying to give him CYP, but CYP got all US commission on us. He said he didn't like the judging, man. We going out to
it's the US commission. They let him fight. They say it's like someone with 100% losing record cannot go in the ring, man. That's not possible.
There you go, Izzy. The chat has spoken. They want Izzy versus Intrigue. I like that.
That's a good match.
I like Izzy versus Intrigue. Another in-house fight, Izzy, in case you don't know your own stablemates. Izzy versus You can run, but you can't hide. You know? I see PBC doing Danny versus Earl. He like, why y'all doing in-house fights? What you mean, champ? Yeah, did Mario lose? Yes, Mario lost on a technicality. He violated the rules. Whoa, James Lionheart. I never said CYP's the champ. You never said that. I don't know what you're talking about. You got to win to be the champ. Idris is the champ. He signed an ECP. ECP is me, by the way, champ.
James Valdez said Mario died trying to be Drake.
Yo, but I like his other recommendation. Izzy versus Intrigue, Izzy versus I like that. Now, I'm going to go right to the next letter under Izzy, which is I bet you he ain't going to be talking all politics like Izzy talking about why in-house? Watch he want that Izzy smoke like he wanted it when it was an eliminator and you ran from him on vacation in the Ozarks.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean.
See, y'all want to talk that battle bars talk. Here's the thing about it. You know, when you got signing promoters, that's why it don't work well for me. I don't like being held back. I don't like being mismatched. I like taking all fights. So Izzy, I want Izzy to come back.
Did he duck you? Did he duck you? Did you have a scheduled fight with Izzy? Were you not under the impression that you had a scheduled fight with Izzy?
You know something? I'm not even going to talk about that because I was under the impression I had a scheduled fight with a lot of cats, and at the last minute, I faced the same thing Izzy was going through. You get a replacement, you get your fight announced on air. So it's like you said, this is what you do. This is not what we do. We do the battles. The rappers do the battles. You know what I'm saying? That's why Mario was all rusty. He too busy sitting on the sidelines in his Easter jacket. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting in there battling. That's why I say I'm fly boy Daddy Garcia. I ain't afraid to let my oak go. I'm in the welterweights, baby. I'm in the welterweights fighting everybody. So shout out to Izzy. I'm glad he's back. Y'all need to stop ducking him. Shout out to J&J Promotions. Shout out to me. Because I'm going to keep battling every week. Y'all can keep swapping the hide and the cheese, man. It don't matter. But anyway,
all you
shout
gotta
out
do
to
is
Daddy
fight
Garcia.
Izzy. Izzy looking for a fight. We just heard him. Tell him you ready and available.
Nah, Izzy had a fight set up with who? JP, right?
Nope.
Who he had it lined up with this week? Because he was in the main event.
He wanted JP.
You say he wanted JP?
Yes.
Why he not getting JP?
Nope.
This is what I'm saying. This is why King Amin battles Idris, then he battles Doomy, then he battles whoever every week. I just don't roll like that. I can't see myself being held back like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why Izzy, listen, do your thing. I'm gonna do my thing.
But who's holding Izzy back? It's J&J can't get him to fight.
You know what that sounded like? That's what I'm saying. J&J can't get him to fight. But we want us to fight in-house. We gonna keep fighting. And you know what the sad part is? Is he probably gonna take a battle because he battling? But this is what I'm saying. You got to let your cats fight, man.
Who? So you saying Doomy didn't face Cash? So you saying Doomy didn't face Idris? So you saying Mario didn't face Stainless? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I think that tea you drinking over there with J&J got you drunk.
Nah, bro. You know what it is? Every time
you
it's a fight,
you left the illest promotion for Jokety Joke, and you sitting there with no fight, scared to fight your own stablemate. That's Vasiliy Lomachenko, scared to fight Teofimo. That's who you are. Which one are you, Vasiliy or Tio? Which one?
You're not talking about me because you hit Canelo for weeks, boy, and he still lost. You're not talking about me.
You talking about
one of them.
You know you lying. I don't gotta protect you. You ain't under my banner. You know I offered you the Mario fight first week, and you said you wanted a 2-fight deal. You said you wanted a 2-fight deal. You said you wanted a 2. Am I lying?
If it's up to you. If it's up to you, a two fight deal.
Say I'm lying.
A 2-fight deal because when I asked for Mario out the gate, I didn't get it. You said you can't get the battle. You said you can't get the battle without signing the ECP.
Yo, I do you one better. You want Mario? I bet you do. I bet you do. We the A-side. We the A-side. You know who you are? You Andre Durrell. You left Al. You'll be back.
Man, I ain't never signed the ECP again, Jay. You forget about that.
Dog, you know how many interviews Andre Durrell did, bruh? Stop. You'll be back.
One with us.
You'll be back. You'll be back over there on Gilligan's Island.
Boxing is a dirty game. Y'all be careful out there, man.
You'll be back, or you gonna be on Gilligan's Island.
Y'all cold, man.
Yo, we the real James Princes of Suge Nice of this shit.
It's funny because y'all check my record. I have more battles than everybody.
Exactly.
Like everybody keeps saying, like I sat out,
and they stole battles from you.
Into a rematch.
He ain't sit out. He let y'all play catch up. Remember when you was ECP, we was trying to fluff your record so it won't look bad when Mario body you.
Yo,
King
Ness has got
Born.
these
King
boxing
Born.
metaphors in the
King
chamber.
Born, what up? Brooklyn. Oh, you just listening? What up? King Born, what up? All right, just listening. My Jean Bed, New Jersey.
Yo, what's good? What's good?
What up?
Ness, you doing these guys like Don King, man.
Listen,
nah,
man.
I said, listen, man. Hey, yo, Ness.
Oh, we hear you. Yo, why you keep muting yourself, Born? Bro, don't be there you go. I hear you now. Don't touch it no more, brother.
This was going on. Mitty. No, so you gonna tell me a dude 7'260", 7'260" and 11. He's a journeyman. He's getting his weight up. He's getting nice. You can't lose. Yo, in America, we ain't going for 10 losses. You serious? How you gonna say to me tonight he lost 140, 50 times? How much they getting paid over there to lose? Let me know what's up. Let me go over there. If I'm getting a G a week to lose, I'm with it. And your man that fought 256 times, Mr. Peter Buckley, he lost 250. So what? He fought every week for a whole year? And this the dude that fought Chris Congo that got his record up, right? Talking about he's going to sleep. But is you serious? Ain't none of this happening here, my man. That can't happen. We not going for that. Don't ever talk. No UK dude better not ever be, never ever talk about Deontay Wilder record. Yo, at least Deontay Wilder fighting on guy with 256 losses, 150 losses, and you got the nerve to get on here on national airwaves and say he's good. Really? You can't. Listen, you can do what you want to do. Ain't nobody going for that. So you gonna get called out on that bullshit all the time.
Yo, but you said y'all think y'all killing Mitty, right? Y'all think that it's like some detriment to the UK, but think about it. Did Kell Brook not come to be a world champion?
I'm not even responding to
But
this thing.
I am. Didn't Kell Brook become a world champion?
But listen, all right, who did he fight become a world champion?
He fought Peter Buckley.
I know. Guess what? And then when he fought a dude from America,
he beat the shit out of him.
He got laid out.
No, he didn't. Chill, champ. You wilding right now. You wilding. You don't even know boxing right now. Chill. Watch the road because he lost. He beat Sean Porter in America. He beat Sean Porter in America. He took Porter bad. He took Porter belt.
Snipers coming from me. Be coming for Mitty.
Because y'all don't know boxing. I hope whoever coming for Mitty knows some boxing. And I take that back. He didn't beat Sean Porter ass. He held Sean Porter to death, but he did beat Sean Porter.
Listen, I like your calls, man, and I like the energy, regardless. But keep coming for me. That's cool.
Talking about a dude that got 256 losses. He just a journeyman. He's not good. He's not good. I'm out.
Yo, it's crazy though, but listen, like why we can't think of it from a different standpoint, right? Like this is what the UK has been doing, right? This is what they've been doing. Like when Mitty was on the show, he was talking to Bruce. Bruce even explained, like, yeah, we are not allowed to use those type of journeymen here in America because of the commissions. And he said they try to play it off as safety, meaning he doesn't buy their excuse. Now, that being said, right, not only that an American top rank matchmaker said they would use him, but the fact that this is their proven formula was,
listen,
Kell Brook became a champion. He fought Peter Buckley and became a champion. So, like,
forget this.
How
like,
can we not
everyone
the formula if it's working?
Yes. Not everyone is Kell Brook, right? Not everyone will become like a world champion, but like you say, it's the formula to develop fighters, and sometimes it's the formula to save a promoter from having to pull fights out and selling records. So it's a combination of a lot of things. And also, like, you have to see it to believe it. I tell you, I go to shows almost every week when we can go to those guys. You can almost see them like pulling back on some of those guys. Those guys can beat them. Like when they say they're not good. That's the last time I'm going to explain that, right? Because I think it's all about trolling. And also, please, King Bo, the only thing that I took offense to in this call is for you to say that I come online to clown Wilder's resume. Please find the audio and tell me when I did that. Now, if you generalize like the whole of the UK for me, that's a different thing, right? But that's all good.
All right, Majimbe.
Yo.
Yo.
So I'm happy for Danny. I'm happy that Danny's gonna get this fight, but it just shows that Earl is a straight savage. I mean, my man could have went for a Josecito Lopez, but instead is coming out guns blazing like nothing ever happened to him. I don't know. I have a feeling Earl's gonna win, but I'm gonna be obviously East Coast guy. I'm gonna be rooting for Danny. But I think it might be a massacre if he comes back, regular old Earl. Mehdi, I'm gonna make some picks, brother. Give me Tramaine Williams, Marcus Bates, and I'm gonna take Marcos Escudero for the light heavyweight matchup. And then obviously I'm gonna take Srisaket Sor Rungvisai. And then let's see here, Lomachenko-Lopez. I hope this fight doesn't fall through. I really want Teofimo just to knock out Loma. I think he can do it. If he doesn't knock him out, though, I do think that Loma's going to win the decision. And then just give me Eggington for the UK fights. And then Paulie, it just depresses me to no end. I was a big fan of Paulie as a fighter, even bigger fan as him as a commentator, and it just depresses me for somebody that's been in the boxing game, knowing that most of the fighters that he probably sparred were of African American descent, and probably having those relationships. It's sad to see, and it shows that us as a society still have a lot of growing to do, a lot of thinking and just keeping other people's feelings, being conscious of other people's feelings. Sad to see, but great show, guys. Keep up the good work.
Let me read this super chat real quick from Julio Pelayo. Says, qué triste es ver como la gente se expresa en este mundo. Translation, how sad is it to see how people express themselves in this world? So, yeah, man, I feel you, man. Got to have hope, man. Have hope that we have empathy and understanding and all that other good stuff. But I'll read the next super chat from Intrigue. Says, Garcia is going to drop the man clown. He's been fighting dudes with no pop in their punches and not by accident. Okay.
We got some counter punches from Sony.
Hey, yo, Ness, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, yo, I know I only got 45 seconds, so I'm going to try to make this quick. Yo, this is from the commissions to everybody out there that's listening that want to engage in the boxing bars. If you guys want to engage in the boxing bars and you want to sign with East Coast Promotions or J&J Promotions, if your promoters cannot get you a fight and give you the allotted time that you need to be able to build yourself up for that competition, there's nothing in the rules that say you cannot petition the commission to seek on your behalf to get you a fight. Shout out to JP for doing that, since his promoters did not do that, and I'm not going to mention who his promoter is. Shout out TBV. One love. TBV for life.
Oh! Chill. Well, I get
like
the PBX while that sits on Ness's cabeza.
Like
Nestor, don't duck us on the fight chat. We're giving the lackluster TR cards love. So let's do the same for Eddie's card. Must bicep emoji.
It's like I said, if JP wanna go against the grain, he on the outside looking in. Ain't nothing to me. We in the winning circle over here, man. You either want to be part of the winning circle or not.
We should probably even look at the Santa Barbara.
It's simple. Yeah, I know. But looking like it is CYP.
Chip.
CYP.
Yo, what's the issue? I just got back on. What's the issue?
It's your call.
No. I already got my call earlier.
Oh, damn. My bad then. Let me get to Natural Wiz in Toronto.
I thought you got to Natural Wiz too.
I did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
TJ then is the last guy.
TJ actually had a super chat, I think, on the appy.
TJ, you're not
a super chat or a counterpunch?
No, it's on the appy, but TJ will tell you all about it.
All right.
I mean, he says check. TJ, you want to fill us in, champ? Are you busy? That would be cool if you weren't busy.
Champ.
I gotta look after my investment.
Let me see here. I'm trying to see if it says anything. It just says check Skype chat. All right. Let's see Skype chat.
Let's go, champ. Yo, you know what? Now I'm really looking forward to this breakfast card. Shout out to you, Mitty.
Yo, so what are you having? Beans and toast or just egg and cheese?
So this is his message. He's at work.
Beans and toast. I like your breakfast picks.
Yo, TJ Super Chat is Ness, I'm at work, but let everyone know I'm so glad Showtime Sean Porter beat the brakes off Paulie. Future. 3-time. I do remember that fight. Paulie starts saying, yo, it's crazy. Paulie starts saying that Porter was on steroids after that. And then the Porters ran down on. Yo, I know so much boxing shit. Yo, Paulie starts saying Porter was on steroids, bro. In interviews, in real fights, Ken and Sean ran down on him, bro. There was like sideways sneak footage of it, but it wasn't no fight. It was just more like an aggressive conversation. But now, retrospect, that we see that, you know, Ken got into it with a media member and let hands go. Man, you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful, man. Yeah, man. But that being said, that looks like everybody. Let me just triple check.
I said
obviously
everybody.
Trey in the Bay with the boomerang, though. We'll go to that first. No, Trey?
What up, man? Yeah, I'm in here. I hear some cats in the chat, you know, championing for your boy Paulie Malignaggi. You know, nobody's gonna tell you in their face the racist. But when you hear them dog whistles, I hear them, we hear them. A lot of people miss them, but we catch them shits right away because we've been dealing with this shit our whole life. So if any of y'all trying to dismiss anything, miss me, dog. And if you say, and that's why shit, Dummy, when I hit dude earlier, when I timed the other dude out, he was blowing them dog whistles. You know what I'm saying? He better be glad 704 didn't lock him. He better be glad 704 didn't see it because he'd have blocked his ass. That's my call.
Nah, shit. I already know, man. I know. You listen, the wrenches is out there, champ, and they well informed and briefed. So don't come with the shits, cause we with the shits over here.
Intrigue got a wrench too. All this time I thought you had one, Intrigue. You should have been one. Let's see. Last call looking like JT. Did you are you caught up or you just jumping in? I didn't really see you there. Just listening, going once, 2 times. All right.
Who you call?
Oh, all right. Oh, you available? You been listening? Cause
yeah, what's going?
All right.
Nah, what was the topic?
A lot, man. It's a Thursday show. But first thing first, Danny Garcia and Spence on Fox pay-per-view, plus a full Fox announcement on August 8th. But the fight with Danny should be November.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. You know, a fight I want to see. Spence come on top, but it's gonna be a good fight. You can't underestimate Danny Garcia. So I mean, it's just gonna be a good test for Spence, coming off this injury to see where he really at, for his up next big fights after this fight, because this still considered a big fight. And like I said, you can't take Danny Garcia for granted. So we gonna see where really Spence at when he get in the ring with him. I think Spence beat him. I don't see him knocking him out. I can see Spence hurting him. I can see both fighters hurting each other with their power, but I can see Spence hurting Danny Garcia and probably not stopping him, but let the corner get a stoppage or go to a decision for Errol Spence.
And Paulie.
That's all I got, y'all.
All right. Yo, what y'all think is up with Porter? Like,
what do you mean?
Cause it's like twice now, 12th round knockdowns.
I don't think that there's anything to. I mean, I think if you look at both those knockdowns, they were very different in nature. I don't think that they're telling, or I don't think that they're any indication of a pattern. I think if you look at the Broner fight, he was controlling it and he started cruising. I think he let his guard down for a second. And Adrian Broner, if you forget who Adrian Broner is, he'll make you pay for that. If you go in there and you treat him with the respect that you have and you're a better fighter, you will outclass him. You will beat him. But you give him that moment and he'll show you just how athletically gifted he is, just how talented he is with his hands. And he did that. He caught him with a check hook coming right out of the round. And, that happens to the best of them. And with Sean Porter, it's the only glitch in that fight that I saw. And people want to call it a big one. That's fine. It was a knockdown. But ultimately, he controlled that fight throughout the whole thing, almost.
All right. Boomerang, Majimbe.
And Majimbe.
I'm gonna put you to sleep.
Majimbe.
I'm about to, man.
Are you in the chat at all?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, he beat him.
He's
not on YouTube though, right? Not on
Alvaro.
YouTube.
Yeah.
No, his name.
Yeah, I am.
No, Alvaro.
Yeah.
Alvaro Ascona.
Yeah, I know, but I don't see it today.
They don't see you today, champion.
Well, no. Today I've been moving around the house, man. I'm trying to fix my office, and it's a mess. So I've been laying off the chat, but I've been listening. Shout out to Mitty for putting you on the last names of the Thai fighters. Anybody that wants to get into Thai boxing, Lurdzilla is a good one, and so is Yatsen Clyde Fairtex. For all your combat fighters, combat fighting fans out there. But no, man. I mean, I think we're getting some good fights. Finally, PBC is taking the reins and heading the second half of the year with some good fights. Hopefully, Top Rank, Golden Boy, The Zone can start doing the same. Have a great night, guys. Great job.
Yo, Majimbe, before you go quickly, I know you only picked on for the Eggington card on the UK card. Do you want me to put you as a safe bet for all the A side for the others because you don't know too much about them, or do you want?
Yeah, brother. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm good with that.
All right, cool. So A side
for
the rest.
Guys. Yep. Have a great evening, guys.
All right. Trey said at NestGTO. What's up, Trey? I'm listening. Who else we got here? That looks like everybody this time for show. Cash App, she says. Oh, I guess that's Sony again. Let me double check, refresh.
Call you refresh.
Yes.
Like,
is it Sony?
The refresh
is it
car.
Cash App. Why don't people do like Cash App all the time though? Yo, shout out DBX Vertex. Fairtex is fighting on One FC as well, man. Anyway, we're just going into a Thai boxing kind of thing, but yeah.
Fairtex.
Yeah,
Oh, so let me
Fairtex.
find out. You know how to kick?
Yo, let
I don't know
Sony
how
get
to
his
kick. I only
counter punch.
kick footballs,
Sony, is
man.
that for you? Sony, am I mistaken here, champ?
Almost campeón.
Not unless you got to me already, champ.
Oh, all right. So we got to get to No is ready. No, what up?
Ooh.
What
My
up?
audience.
You good? You good? You sound good.
All right, cool. Check this out. You heard me? This what I was just thinking about, dog. After the car crash, bro, Spence come back and he blues Danny Garcia for the tune-up. Then he blues Paggy out. Then he blues Crawford, you heard me? That's a fucking movie, dog. That's a movie, Ness. Out the car crash, damn, the jaw damn it wide up like Kanye West. Flip the Rari. Come back. First fight Danny. Then jump in that bit with Pack or Thurman. And then Blue Crawford. Man, say, bro, that's my call, man.
All right. Now that is everybody.
Everybody.
Don't do it. Don't go into that whatever that pop song you was about to start singing. But
Nah,
yeah,
that's where I'll leave it at.
you was almost going down that road. I'm like, uh-oh.
Rock your body, right?
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yo, Mario, I'm watching this Netflix documentary with Zac Efron on like energy and stuff in Iceland, and he just was like in a car ride and did the handlebars. He's got
That's
mad
what's
facial
up.
hair and shit right now.
Yo, by the way, I know what I want to do for overtime tomorrow.
Cool, send it. Yo, Nest
All right.
GTO, Instagram and Twitter. We out. Catch us in the morning.
At Mario McGee on Twitter, at Mario McGee on Instagram. Catch us in the morning where same panel, same time, Shannon. I don't
Same
know.
bat time, same bat channel.
There you go. Same Shannon
yo.
channel.
Yo, so Coach Mide, and yeah, no, I enjoyed it. Good chats. Keep coming at me. That's all good. It's all fun. So, yeah, I enjoyed that. And we've got boxing back, like I said. Matchroom boxing. Oh, I messed that up, man. Matchroom Square Garden. That's where it's happening, man.
Matchroom Square Garden.
Yeah. But, I said it, I'm excited about that one. You guys can tell, I keep repeating that, but yeah, hopefully we'll have a good show on Sunday, man. Like,
You informed us, and it helped. It helped a little with the interest. So. Let's go, campeón. And well, you can catch me on IG, Alex_Doomsday_LAINEZ on TikTok, as well as the same handle. Twitter is AlexLinusTBV. Shout out to to everyone watching tonight. We really appreciate the thumbs up. There was plus 400, 500 people watching at one time, I believe, and now we're at 271 watching. And we have 220 thumbs up, six down. Hope the day or the night gets better for you, six sad souls. And if you're bots and trolls, winter is coming. So I'll leave it at that. Hit that notification bell. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do so you know when we're coming on. When we're coming on 3 times in the morning, all right? Once at night, maybe 2, 3 times. You just don't know when TBV is going to come on.
Tomorrow morning is Rashidi Ellis at 10 a.m.
Well, there you go. From the skipper's mouth
and
to
we
your
should
ear.
have his coach and Shannon. So I don't know if Coach Mitty going to be joining us because Friday's starting to be popping Fridays.
La vaina está hot.
I don't know about tomorrow, man. Tomorrow might be busy on my side, but yeah.
Also on Monday, Tuesday we got Roberto Diaz, the matchmaker of Golden Boy. Looks like Wednesday. We got Pedro Diaz, the trainer of heavyweight Croatian Filip Hrgovic, and the trainer of Tyrone Sponge, and the trainer of Guillermo Rigondeaux, and the trainer of Ivan Branchek, and the trainer of... I don't know.
Uh-huh.
That's all. It's someone else, but I can't remember at the moment.
Peter Buckley.
Peter Buckley!
And middies.
We gotta get Cash to make some Peter Buckley
Middies
shirts.
people.
That's it. That's all we got on the schedule. They're gonna be filling in though, cause I'm waiting for a lot of people. I'm pretty sure my messages are full right now on answer backs. Oh, we got Michaela Mayer available too. Oh, next Friday. Damn, didn't I put that in the thing, yo? What's up with that?
What happened?
Yo, hey, you know, you had Franchon earlier, right? In
Yeah.
for an interview. That was pretty good. I was in and out again, but I was asking you guys in the chat, and maybe someone in the chat can tell me. You heard of a girl called Shatikwa Hemingway?
No, you mentioned her.
She's still an amateur, but it looks to me like she's the number one, and she beat like Franchon like 3 times back in the amateurs, and then like every time she faced her, she beat her. Like
and what happened?
just
She
like
didn't
Clarissa.
turn pro?
Like, I think she hasn't, and that's why I don't understand. I think she's desperately trying to get to the goal to go to the Olympics. So she put like, you know, she's trying to go to Tokyo again, but she must be going on now, getting on in age. So I don't understand why someone who's that talented, number one in the country, has not transitioned to the pro and tried to pick up that money, because I'm sure she's in the mid-30s now, you know. But that's why I wanted to know if you knew the girl, but it looks like she's a real deal.
We do now, Champy. I'll be keeping an eye out.
All right. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say something else. Oh, someone just put a link right here. James Benitez, action athlete, Tikika Hemingway wins.
Yeah, they call her
national.
Tika. They call her Tika.
Yeah,
or
you
something.
know I can't fucking read. I'm always adding extra letters. Yo, but we out.
Peace. All right, peace.